We'll do it live!
Wait a minute! Who are you?
What's up, Almond Brown?
I'm on the Monday Midsole. What's poppin'?
Because I heard about you.
What's up, guys? I'm Jessie Jane, and you're watching the Monday Midsole.
I am delivered!
Dion, prime time, Sander, Atlanta Falcon colorways things, man.
This one looks like a Ninja Turtles collab.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Ninja Turtles.
Jordan looks like a Donatello.
I don't like the look of it. Underrated.
There you go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Never duplicated. Indeed.
From the athletic club, the ACs and stuff like that, that's what I used to be rocking. They used to call them air chickens.
You know what? I think we're gonna be friends.
Special friends.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Monday Midsole. It's your co-host, Morley Moore, a.k.a. I done copped another one. And we got another great show. Like I said, I'm going to kick it off to the bearded man in the A. What up?
Yo, what's good? Welcome to the Monday Midsole. It's one-legged. Listen, your one-legged friend, maybe your only one-legged friend. And it's time to get this party started. I'm passing off to Father Time.
What's good, fam? It's your boy Polos and Jays, also known as Marcus, also known as the People's Gramp.
We got another.
Somebody got an echo somewhere in the background, but we're going to figure that out. I'm going to pass it over to the host with the most, Kev.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Buckeye City Soul, a.k.a. Kev, a.k.a. Papa Buck. Welcome to the Monday Midsole. We got a great show planned for you. And like always, I will go ahead and alley-oop back on the mall.
Ew. So let me introduce our guest. We got Jay, a.k.a. Sneaker Sensei, in the building. What's going on, homie?
What up, fellas? How y'all guys doing, man? Big fan of the show. Glad to see that people are still keeping this thing alive.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming on. I'm really excited about this one. I know we talked a little bit beforehand. No holds barred. We just, straight no chaser. We're just going to get straight down to it.
Yeah.
So, for softball questions in the beginning, we'll ramp it up. First off, people want to know, what shoe is the one that set it off for you?
Jordan 3. Absolutely Jordan 3. First, I'm old, man. I'm old. So it's the first shoe I was able to buy on my own. Have an infinity for him. Such a dope shoe. Just everything about it, from the elephant print to midsole, which is iconic. The tumbled leather, when they did give us tumbled leather, it was awesome. And just where it's gone to today with all the colors that it's come out with and all the fabrications. It is like, some of the older guys older than me may say Air Force One. I wasn't really around when the Air Force One dropped, but I was definitely alive and kicking the 88 and the Jordan 3 drop.
Boom. I listen, that's one of my favorites, if not the favorite. I think a lot of the guys on the panel, they share the same opinion. So that's a good one to set it off. So give us a little bit more about your background. What got you into, quote unquote, the game and all that?
As far as the sneaker game, I've always been like a sneaker enthusiast, from the fact of not having it. Like, I'm always just admire the corner pharmacist in my neighborhood who always sported, the fresh sneakers. And being a have-not, you kind of aspire to want one. So when you had the means to have it, I bought it in excess. And this is before 2010, which was the introduction of Instagram. So I had sneakers before that, and it was all about, I guess it was about who can look the most diverse, rather than where we are today, where it's a little bit cliquey. There's a little bit of tribalism going on, to where it was like, if you stepped in the party and you and I had the same pair of kicks, one of us had to go home. And it wasn't being no beef. It was just, that's just the way it was. Like, I don't want to look like you. And from there, I was able to get paid for it. Actually, I served 8 years as a lifestyle editor for ESPN, the magazine, and I was able to turn my passion into a pension, and get paid to write about sneakers. And I became a student of the game. I had a lot of older influence that kind of helped me navigate through the sneaker industry. One of them was DJ Clark Kent, which I met him a music I met him on a music side of things and realized he was such a big sneaker guy until I actually went to his crib. And this is like back in the days. And from there, I just been trying to, I guess I'm not so much a collector. I just like sneakers. Like, you know, I love music. I like sneakers, and I don't buy sneakers I don't like just to have them. There's certain sneakers that are not in my collection. I don't own one pair of Yeezys. I don't like them. I have Lego feet, so they make my feet look strange. They kind of like lean over the side. I'm a 13, so when you get into that over 11 and a half, 12 range, you got to be real cognizant of what you put your feet in, because you could look crazy out there. So like I don't own a lot of Yeezys. I'm a big fan of Under Armour. Against the, you know, Molly, I don't have to tell you, but you know, I watched them grow, and so I see a lot of people that just have like, and no disrespect to anybody that just has Jordans and stuff like that, but I think that if you love footwear, you should have a diverse collection, and I say collection with all modesty. You should have a diverse selection of sneakers. So there's some sneakers that Nike puts out I don't like. There's some sneakers that Jordan put out. There's some sneakers, but there's ones that they do put out that I do like, and I will buy it. And that's what got me close to like maybe 900 pairs.
Ooh.
Yeah, about that.
Is that 900?
Yeah. Let me show you what I'm looking at right now.
That's a very casual drop.
Wait, let him say something so he can so we can see. He got to say something.
Go ahead, say something, Jay.
So this is just one of the rooms in my house. This is from the ground all the way up. You know, I told you I'm a big fan of threes. These are, I guess you can see all the way back there. Jordan wall, LeBron wall, UA wall over here, SB wall, Jordan ones. So it's very diverse. Fila wall, there's a little Fila action going on over there. Okay. So, and like all these, this whole side right here, these are all Air Force Ones. There's about 200 pairs of Air Force Ones on this side, and I got another 200 to 300 on the other side. So it's very diverse. So,
no, I like what you said there. You know, in terms of the collection having selection, and like you said, each brand will make something you're like, wow, I kind of like those, but I feel like kind of the new age is like, oh, well, that's a certain brand, so I can't buy it, even though it may be dope. And, you know, right off the top of my head, I think of, say, an Under Armour or Curry, and everyone, you know, a couple years ago after the Chef Curry 2 lows, everyone's like, oh, I can never rock a Curry now because if so, people are going to tease me. They're going to call me a cornball.
Why?
Or something like that.
Why would they?
Why would they?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Listen, I don't know either. You already know. I'll rock
you know
whatever.
You know my favorite everyday sneaker is right now? You know what my favorite everyday sneaker is? Take a wild guess, Molly.
What's your everyday sneaker?
What right now you would never guess what my favorite everyday sneaker is.
Let me think.
Please don't say the Threadborn.
Nah.
The Threadborn. The Hover?
Hovers.
Oh, the Hover is amazing.
Hovers.
Them shits are dope.
Hovers. I have like seven pairs of them.
No, the Hover was amazing.
I call them the poor man Yeezys, but they fit right. The price point is great, and they feel good, and I can wear them every day.
No, that is a really good shoe. So I got the red ones, the Phantom.
Yeah, that's
and
all
I got
wear.
another pair of the Phantom, which I actually gave to my brother because I didn't like the way that they fit. But the Sonics were like perfect, true to size, super comfortable.
Absolutely.
Hooked up to the phone, so when I was running, all my analytics were there. That's low key, like one of the top shoes of the year, hands down.
Absolutely. But your favorite sneaker guy may not admit that.
No. Of course not. It's got to be a React or an Off-White. You know, the Presto. Right. Everyone knows Prestos now. You know.
I don't like that shoe.
Well, not you. You're on a different level right now. So you go on waves, Dan. So you were on a Jordan wave, heavy, and then all of a sudden it kicked into the LeBron wave, just like I was on a heavy Jordan wave, and then flipped the switch, and it was like Kobe. I need Kobe.
I think we all were on waves at one point in time. Like I was on a heavy Air Force One wave until I found out the hard way that you probably get 3 to 4 quality wears out of Air Force One. Let's be honest. You get 3 to 4 quality wears the thing turns into the Iron Sheik shoe, flips up in the front, and done. It's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, you started to mention a few things. I'm gonna go back on some of my notes here, make sure I don't forget any questions. But what are your thoughts on kind of the new culture, so to speak, or the new game, where it is now versus where it was, let's call it pre-October 2010?
Like, to be honest with you, like I'm kind of, I have mixed emotions about the culture. It's like, because right now I don't feel it is a culture, because I just feel like people, you know, it is a way to make money, just like everything else is in this world today. But I feel like there's certain responsibilities with the culture that a lot of people that benefit off of it don't go back to kind of like reinforce and kind of keep it going. Sneaker culture has become a bit separatist, and I'm cooler than you type of situation. There's people that are whack in real life but feel that sneakers make them somebody that they're not. And I just think that there's the right people in the sneaker world. I just don't think they're being elevated to where they can actually control the culture now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm corny as fuck in real life.
No, you ain't. Shut up.
A corny motherfucker.
What is that, when you first wake up or after you chug, you know, a 2 liter of Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola?
No, I'm just saying, man. I rock basketball shorts and t-shirts, and I hang out with children. I hang out with children all the time. Like that's what I do.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sus.
I mean, you're I
am a single
clarify
parent.
that.
You see, I got this red dot on my house, but don't trip.
I'm a single parent. That's what I'm saying.
You hang around your children.
No, but that's what goes back to what I was saying. It's not cool as far as like, do you have the most followers? Or are you in the in crowd? To me, cool is somebody that really gets into sneakers and the storytelling behind sneakers, and that, you know, sneakers to me were more than just something to look fresh on. It was also represented like a moment in time. I'm a big sports fan, so like a lot of sneakers I bought were because of, you know, defining moments in sports that kind of like, I remember when this athlete performed in this, or I remember seeing this, and that made me buy that. I was lucky enough to be, you know, cognizant and alive and really into basketball during the 90s, where I think we seen the biggest influx of like signature shoes and like players that were actually, you know, getting shoes and performing, and they were divided amongst all the major brands. Whereas in the early 90s, Nike wasn't even a front runner when it came to basketball. And, you know, it was Reebok was in the game a lot. You know, Jordan was there in the 90s, but it was Reebok had a big hold of the game. Adidas had a great hold in the game. There was a lot of parity in the game. And so whether you wore a Jordan or you wore a Reebok Kamikaze or a Rain Man, or you wore a Top 10 or a Conductor, you know, any of those brands and any of those models all meant something because somebody hot was wearing them. Even when Converse had to react with Grandmama, that shit was hot to me, like because of Larry Johnson. Like, so I equate even when the Air Darwin with the worm, it was like that shit was hot to me. You know, Kevin Johnson had his own Fila, Grant Hill, what's his name? Stackhouse. Like, so you're looking at all these different brands that had athletes that were actually performing on the court and actually doing their thing in the sneaker market. Whether it be your brick and mortar mom and pop or maybe Foot Locker, you didn't have to go to the Nike section. You could get anything you want. And if you didn't want to fuck with basketball, you could have got some Agassiz, you could have got some Michael Changs, you could have went across the board across all these sports. And then God forbid when Bo Jackson came into the game and Deion Sanders, now you had something to open up the cross training roads. And so like I'm saying, like back then it was so much to get and so much to explore and so much to discover, where I feel like now there's no discovery anymore. There's no and that's the reason why a lot of mom and pops are going out of business, because kids don't discover anymore. They don't go out and, you know, they know all the release dates. We didn't know no release dates. We went into the Arab store in Harlem or Brooklyn and say, yo, what did you get in today? And they'd show us, and we'd be like, oh shit, nobody got that colorway, I want that. And you built relationships, and that's the part of the culture that I guess I miss, is the whole education through discovery and going to different boroughs. If you're from the New York tri-state area, you know that each borough, whether it be Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island, whatever, that you knew what they were wearing and you knew where you were from by what you had on your feet, and that kind of dictated where you're from. If you're from Harlem, you had Air Force One highs, not mids, not lows. You wore highs. If you was from Brooklyn, you wore Pumas. If you was from Queens, for obvious reasons, you wore Adidas. If you were Staten Island, you wore construction boots. I don't know. There's different land over there. It's like a third world country. But you get what I'm saying? So it was all that. And then what happened was dudes were going into different boroughs and bringing back stuff. So in Harlem and bringing back Air Force Ones, and dudes from Harlem was going to Queens and bringing back Adidas. And that's how it started getting popping. And if you didn't want to wear what they wore on your hood, you had to risk your life to go to a different borough and hopefully get out of there with that pair of sneakers before someone said, "Hey, yo, where you from, fam?" You're like, ah. but that's what all the discovery was, and that's where the whole culture, I guess, got cultivated, and those mom and pops were really the superstars of sneaker culture. And it wasn't the Champs, and it wasn't the Foot Lockers, and it was the local neighborhood sneaker stores that were the tier, what we consider like the tier zeros, and they were getting short orders and getting 10 pairs of this and 10 pairs of that, and they had Diodoras, and they had Lottos, and they had Nikes, and they had Reeboks, and they had New Balance, and you had at least 9 brands to choose from. Whereas now, like, kids will look at you crazy. If you're not wearing a pair of Yeezys or Off-Whites, it's like you're nobody. But that's whack, because I can name like 7 different pairs of sneakers that are on the shelves right now that are general releases that are better than those shoes, in my opinion. But what do I know?
What's top 3 from that list, just out of curiosity?
As far as what?
As far as pairs that are sitting, they think are better than the hype release, the Yeezys, the Off-Whites. Or...
I think the Hover Phantom is incredible. I think that shoe is just. I think that any pair, especially if you go gray on gray 575s by New Balance, you can't lose. You just can't. It's just like there's nothing about it. And then a clean pair of Air Force Ones that just sit there right now is just so perfect. It's just perfect to me. So you got 575s, you got Hover Phantoms, and you got Air Force Ones that consistently sit there, and nobody takes advantage of it. But they're rushing to get some threes that they said they weren't going to make no more, but now they're making them all of a sudden.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they use these scare tactics.
Part of that, I think, is the economics. As people buy what they think they can resell, buy what's hype. Like, for me, that's one of the things I associate with kind of the old school versus the new school. Aside from that, though, like, what would you say are the biggest differences between new sneaker culture, old sneaker culture?
Financial. Definitely, I think the kids today have more disposable income than we had to, thus making our decisions more thought through and more. We just about what we bought, and I think right now, like, economically, like, these, I don't know where they get the money from, but like, I go to sneaker shows, and there's kids like 15 years old that got like 2 stacks on them, and like like, so I don't know where they got it from. So the economics is different, because we knew like once a year Jordans was coming out. That was that was Christmas, but then in the meantime, $60, $70 sneakers get you through the school year. You needed a pair of sneakers in August for back to school. Then you knew Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming right up, so you got another pair for there. And your mother got you another pair or whatever for Easter during the springtime. And if you could hustle in between and get another pair, you was good. So you had your dope sneakers that you got for Christmas, and in between you had 2 or 3 pair to kind of stretch you out during the season. So I think the biggest difference is the buying power. Your generation has way more buying power than we did, and that's not a bad thing. But I think that because it's so plentiful, that it gave the companies, I guess, the leverage to release every weekend and to release multiples every weekend, and kind of almost damage the market by flooding it.
Right. and I would say, no, not even our generation. I would say the one below that, because I think everyone here on the panel has kind of the same story that you mentioned, where it's like I couldn't get that pair back then. I got a pair, maybe two before school started. You got your Christmas pair, you got your tax refund pair, and when that pair wore down, that became your your full-time basketball outdoor pair. You know what I mean? So like there was a rotation, and then when you finally got a little bit of money in your pocket, got your own bread, then you're like, oh, bet I want to get these Jordan 1s, these Jordan 3s, and then you can't see much behind me, but you amass that huge collection. And you mentioned the fact that the new generation or what have you has that buying power. I think that has a lot to do with the demographic and who this game now attracts. Whereas it was kind of more street culture, it's hit a broader spectrum and it really leaked into suburban. So that's where you're getting that trickle down of a lot of that buying power.
I don't think that suburban, because you like, let's be real, like the ghetto drives all fashion. That's where it drives. It trickles from the bottom up when it comes to that. And so suburban always had the means to kind of get it. But I think that when suburban linked that with being instantly cool without having to have any street cred or any credibility, that's when it became more attractive, because they could post a pair of sneakers and get 5,000 likes, and they're totally not connected, and they're totally not within the culture.
Right. Well, it's derived from street culture, right? That's Genesis.
Right.
But in terms of, I guess the cash flow, where a lot of the hype beast or the economical, the financial trickle down, where you go to SneakerCon and you see this kid and he's got a couple thousand and he's looking for Yeezys, like that, I think has a lot to do with, suburban being so in tune to street culture. Whereas before,
and it's also from the parents that kind of see their kid and they know he's not really popular, and they enable him to become popular by involving him in sneaker culture and giving him the ability to become a fake, and I say a fake reseller, because most of them are not really about that life. There's a few in the business that really take it seriously, and then you got those kids that'll buy for $5, flip for $5.50, and I seen kids buy sneakers for $180, and they're killing them because they sold them for $225, but they waited online for 6 hours. They had to eat. There's gas. Yep. They deliver them for free, all that shit. And he's like, so you did that for basically $10,
right, all
so
that work.
Right.
So, I mean, that leads right to my next question. Like, what are your feelings about resellers?
I think that I think that resellers I think they're good and they're bad. I think that it provided a lane for kids to kind of make money, and it's very educational for just like the next step of life. It teaches kids at a young age about the flip, about supply and demand. In that aspect, I think it's cool. Now, where I don't think it's cool is when you see the resellers kind of taking the opportunity for people that genuinely want that sneaker away from them. And that's where I think it's not cool reseller, because he has enablers that work at the big doors that enable that person to do that. So I think it's a double-edged sword. Those kids that are reselling, it's not like they're, let's be real, they're not like stick-up kids. They're not thugs or nothing that's gonna go rob people for the shoes. But at the same time, they're not educated, because I know everybody on this panel has seen these idiots out there go and rush and buy something like the Shadows that just dropped. I've seen a kid take a hat, and they just sat there. By the end of the day, he was like, "Yo, I'll give it to you for $150." I just gotta get, and he's sitting there taking pictures of 45 pair. He didn't do his research. You know what I'm saying? But I think that there's other resellers out there, and I'm a part of a couple of groups that do it actually, and this may sound funny, they do it for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that they're able to get their hands on pairs, they get pre-orders, and they give oops. But as you know, there's a convenience fee. And I've been guilty of paying for convenience. Like, I will not stand online anymore, but there's a couple of pairs of sneakers I really do want. And if somebody's willing to get them for me, I'm not mad at paying a concierge fee. I'm not mad at paying a convenience fee.
Right.
And that's where I see the resellers, becoming of value.
Right. So I think, and I want to continue that, but I want to put a bookmark and bring up 2 points that you made. Number one, you talked about education for the kids, them getting an idea of the guns and butter, the economics of things. That's all well and good when it is the kids. But what we find now, it's grown men who are the ones who are actually dictating the lines, dictating the resale. And it's not a convenience fee, because I'm with you. I'm more than willing to pay, a convenience fee on a shoe where I don't have to stand in line. I don't have to, miss work. I don't have to worry about, am I going to get them online? Is it going to get sniped by bots? Because that's the other aspect of reseller. It's not just brick and mortar. It's the online,
right, it's bots.
Thievery, as I like to call it, right? But it's not a convenience fee. It's a pretty big markup.
Yeah, it's a rate sometimes.
Yeah. And it's, you talk about the research or the scarcity or the fact that the people at the doors enable these resellers. It's like, oh, listen, we just got 36 pairs. You and your boys come through. I'll give you 15 to 20, and you guys do what you do. So then you got the dudes on the gram talk about, talk to me nice, because they got all the pairs. So they control they control the market essentially. That $120 shoe, now 5, 6, 7, 800, 900, 1,000. And it's like, bruh.
But listen, we as consumers, we on the back end control that also, because everybody thought the Royal ones were going to be a big hit. They sat. Everybody thought those white on white 350s were going to go. There's still resellers at shows right now trying to get rid of those 350s, white on white. There's the shadow sat. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't know what you're doing, and a lot of people don't, you end up fucking up the market. You fuck up the ecosystem of this culture.
Right. Short term, that's what's happening right now. You look at, StockX, and I always use the quote, everybody's a reseller. Any shoe that they get, they're immediately trying to flip. And it's like you said, this kid might break even or make $10 if he's lucky.
StockX is
Chinese food. Like, that drives down the value of the shoe. We talk about the Royals or these other, if you don't know what you have, you end up messing things up. But that's short term. If you want to use StockX as the example, the market, the product will have a support level, and it'll bounce back up if it's truly valuable. So like the shadows and all that stuff, it's just like what it was in 2004 when we had all these dope pairs that nobody was copping. But now, fast forward 5 years, and now, sadly to say, 10 to 15 years later, people are paying that premium because like, wow, I can't get that colorway, I can't get that quality, anymore. Did we lose them?
Anybody over 32, 33 years old, remember when people did not fuck with Jordan 1s. They didn't touch Jordan 1s.
Right.
Jordan 1s were the stepchildren of the Jordan brand. Nobody fucked with them. It was 3, 4, 5s, 11s, sometimes 7s, depending, but nobody fucked with 1s. Then all of a sudden, we go on this 1 craze. All of a sudden, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you look at even you mentioned StockX, right? StockX, I don't know how you feel about it, but to me, StockX is a joke. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I'm gonna call it like I see it, like Josh Luber and those guys. This guy used to work for IBM, one of the smartest programmers I know, but had no skin in the game when it came to sneaker culture. They fucked my head up when they started selling pocketbooks. Like, what are you doing? Like, then you want to authenticate, but you have one of the biggest dudes behind fake sneakers doing your authentication? Like, the fuck out of here. Like, Molly, I told you I'm going to tell you what it is.
Knows my feelings with that, because I go back and forth. I use their service, but I'm super hesitant to the point where I'm like, I want to send this shit back.
So, but here's where I will step in, and I will defend StockX, okay? Because not everybody lives in New York.
Right.
All right. Not everybody lives in Atlanta. Not everybody lives in LA, Chicago, where they're getting mad pairs, right? Like, some people are living in Rapid Falls, South Dakota.
Columbus, Ohio.
Right. And so what they have to do, because there are no tier 0 stores in their neck of the woods, they have to use StockX. All right. And StockX has made it possible for anyone to have a dope pair as long as they have the money, right?
Also, it enables them to be a reseller. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the reseller market, I mean, it doesn't bother me. In the end, if they have a sneaker,
you can't buy from Flight Club. You can't buy from Flight Club. You can't buy from Stadium Goods.
But why would you spend the up on Flight Club or Stadium Goods?
Yeah, the market is.
You're talking about 300%, 400% versus where on StockX you can get those kids who bought 45 pair of fucking Shadow Ones, right? They slanging them bitches for under retail on StockX because again they didn't do their research, you know, and that benefits those guys.
With the Tim Witherspoons, with the spoons, StockX like he came on and killed them about them, like how they were passing around fake pairs and authenticating them and sending them back out.
But he retracted that statement.
Yeah, he retracted that statement, and additionally, that dude has also been known round two as.
And I was going to get to that, and that was a pot calling the kettle black on that one. But what I'm saying is that should you have anxiety when you deal with a company like that? Like, should you have anxiety when you're waiting for that package to come?
I don't think that you can be 100% safe with anybody. I mean, at the end of the day, you take your chances anywhere. Your chances to get higher in different places.
I just got something from him.
I have a hard time.
Get the hell out of it.
Right, and you're never going to cut that tag off because you're going to send it back when you find out that it's fake. And you're going to get that aluminum foil and you're going to wrap it around your head.
This pair, I feel good about this pair just because it's not something that is readily, like...
Right.
It smells like duck sauce from over here.
He said it had a DHL tag in it.
And so the thing you want with anybody that brings up spoons to talk about Sean Witherspoon, they talk about like how he said no, but how he said something negative about StockX. The bottom line is that motherfucker had his own shoes going for $600 a week later. Right? He wants StockX to fail. Hey, do you have the YouTube running in the background? And if you do, can you mute it?
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't know where that's an echo, but anybody that has a vested interest in brick and mortar consignment is going to want StockX to fail, right? Because the brick and mortar controls the prices versus on StockX, I've got to get rid of this shoe. Is what controls that market. You know, like ultimately there's a kid on there that's trying to get rid of a size 11 pair and he doesn't have time to wait for somebody to okay $450 and he'll drop it down to $370 and then the next person drops it down. And for me, that's a benefit. I don't live in South Dakota. I live in Atlanta. You know, now what I can't agree to is like they sell purses, and that shit's weird to me. And I don't believe for a second that Josh
Lubin.
I don't know his last name. I don't believe for a second that mother. Yeah, I don't think he's a mad sneakerhead, and I don't think he had that in his arsenal. But I mean, in the end, it's a service that benefits.
No,
you live in Atlanta. You just had a piece of sneaker culture just closed down in Atlanta recently.
You talking about Walters?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that shit broke my heart, man. Like that shit broke me. I mean, we ain't gonna talk about that yet, man. It's in the end, like
I used to shop at Walters. I went to school at Savannah State. I used to go up to
that
Atlanta.
Was a hub for cool, right? That's a hub for cool. That's like, you know, you go in there and they got all this feel of shit, and
no, it's crazy. And they just had the what was it, the Royal? The Royal?
Yeah, the Royal Satins.
Was that 2 years ago now? Last year?
Yeah, last year. You know, the fact of the matter is when you go into that place, it was a piece of our community.
Facts.
That can never be replaced here in Atlanta. You know, there's no Wish, there's no Amas, there's no social statuses that are ever going to have the grassroots love that place had. And, you know, it wrecked me, man. And that was one of those things where I just kind of got bummed. I'm sorry to break in, but
yeah, it's quite all right. As soon as the word stock, I knew you were going to be, you know, chomping at the bit to throw your 2 cents in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself again.
No, it's all great. So yeah, I mean, I guess we kind of beat that one to death. You know, in terms of resellers, it's obviously different levels to it. The consignment, the the urban necessities, that level where it's not just, hey, let me just buy as much as I can, sell real quick. There's different levels, to it. Whereas let me cop this GR at, quote unquote, a wholesale price or a small markup and try to get rid of as many pairs, right? Like, I'm going to be the lowest and get rid of as much. You try to cash in versus let me get these big ticket items and try to make a big payday.
Right.
And I think, that kind of trickles down to the average consumer, because most people aren't buying like you are, where they got feelers in the back and they got this, this selection and they're copying what they like or anything like that. They're like, all right, well, what can I buy that will, generate some income? Will look fly for a minute. I can post in my hand and grab some likes, or get a feature and then move it, or what I like to call the renters. Let me cop this real quick, wear it, get a fly pick, and then sell it for a little bit lower to cop the next one. Right. Or the catch and release. Let me get this one, brand pick. All right, it's being sold.
I've got something I want to speak about on those renters. It's my least favorite type of sneakerhead in our community. You buy a shoe, you take a couple of pictures in the shoe, and then you sell the shoe. Yeah, that sucks. Like, that sucks.
Well, here's the thing.
It doesn't bother me.
It depends. If you know a renter and they're your size, that might be your best friend.
Right.
Yeah. Why is it any different than you had a couple of pair of Yeezys that you wore, you took pictures in, and you sold them? So why is it any different? Your shoe has more weight.
Number one, I wore the dog piss out of that shoe. And then I sold them to a guy that I know and traded them for shoes that he had. So selling them is kind of a one thing. I didn't really sell anything.
No, I think it's
kind of the same, though.
I swapped. He wanted them to wear them. It's me hooking up my boyfriend, and he's hooking me up. Like, it was a cross thing, not like it's not a pattern.
Right.
I mean, I get
buy a
that.
pair, wear it once, and then dump it. And
Right.
listen, if my best friend was like that, like, Dan, if you were a renter and say you had those Atmos and you're like, all right, bet, like, they're worth $400, but I wore them, so I'll give it to you for $250.
Right.
Like, that's cool to me. But
no, I don't like. If I find that out about somebody, that changes my opinion on that individual.
me too. I'm a hoarder. You already know. Like, I cop pairs,
Right.
and I don't want to get rid of any. You're like, oh, you have two, and I'm like, and
Not that, yeah, not you have 5. That's the fucking thing that gets me. Is I got 5 of them bitches. I'm like, god damn.
I don't think it bothers me unless somebody is out there stunting, like, and kind of looking down on other people for not having things, and then they are getting rid of shoes. That's the only time I have a problem with somebody renting. Other than that,
and we saw that.
You do
with
what
the
you do.
Fours, with the off-whites, people were copping just for a pick. Ask them where it's at now. Gone.
That's a dumb. But they can't even stock exit because they gotta sell on Instagram.
Well, I mean, if you put something under them,
no, they can't sell on Instagram because then they blow their spot.
Right, but no,
you ruin the persona, the image.
What's her name?
Well, that's different. She's out publicly about it.
Who?
Right.
Is it?
Who we calling that?
Brookie
Doo.
Oh yeah, she has timeshares.
Right. But I mean, they go to Steph, and that's dope. So Steph ends up scoring
benefits, but
I don't respect that individual. Not respect. That's the wrong word. I don't look at that person as like a real sneakerhead.
You don't look at them the same. I get it. It's all good.
You do it for pictures.
Yeah, but you still like shoes, though. It's just that they don't keep them. Like they
what's
don't.
What's a real sneakerhead? That's
I think if you like sneakers and you're out there buying them, you get excited by them.
Marcus,
I just don't
get on your soapbox yet, man.
Yeah, I'm not getting on the soapbox. I'm just saying. Right.
What I would say,
everybody has a different definition,
which I guess in the general category.
You're both talking.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, I mean, my whole point was there's not a true definition of a sneakerhead. Everybody has their different definition. What I consider a sneakerhead, you might not look at the same way. So, I can't take away just because somebody might take a pick. They got a love for shoes. They went and bought some shoes, took a pick in and said, okay, well, I'm going to get rid of it. That still doesn't take away
from a love for shoes. That's clout chasing. That's not love for shoes.
Thank you. It's not a love for sneakers that they have. It's a love for the dopamine, that their brain releases from the likes on the pictures.
Then we're all clout chasing if that's the case, because we all go and buy a new pair of kicks and take pictures of them and put it on Instagram for likes. So we all clout.
There's a difference.
I never give it away. If I take a picture, I own that sneaker. That sneaker's in my room.
Yeah, but not everybody has the same financial backing to be able to do that. I mean, if you like the chase of buying shoes, and I mean, and that, you know, every Saturday you get up and you're, you know, that's your competition or whatever, and you get off on that, then, you know, there's a different aspect. I think you have to look at intent when it comes down to, you know, what they're doing. If they're just doing it just to stunt or whatever, then, you know, then there it is. But I mean, when you talk about Bricky Doo, I know that she legit likes shoes. Yeah, she just may not be able to hang on to all the pairs that she's able to obtain. Because I mean, if you could grab Off-Whites every time they dropped, and then maybe you can't keep all of them, but you can finance the next couple pair by getting rid of those pair after you wore them, and maybe you didn't like them as much as you thought you would. Then you know.
Here's my deal. I really enjoy the conquest part of dating, right? You get to know her.
Is that the only part?
And you get there, and then there's that relationship part that I fucking struggle with, right? Right.
The maintenance.
If I was just consistently throwing away, like, oh, that dude's a player. They got all these negative names and shit.
I don't think you should put yourself into this.
I don't even know.
I don't think.
I'm just saying, they're a user. They use this shoe. They use this shoe to get a feeling, to feel good about some shit, and then they toss it away.
All right.
But I mean, how many shoes do you have that you never wear, though? I mean, that could be the same thing. You're just not getting rid of it.
I'm trying to wear. Ain't no more days in a week. I'm trying.
Yeah. Listen, I was supposed to stop at 366, but that didn't happen. But what I would say is that sneakerhead is a general category, right? And then
there's offshoots.
There are different types. There are subcategories, so to speak, beyond that. Whether it's the collector, the renter, catch and release.
I'm just saying the renter is my least favorite.
I'm just a yellow belt.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm not a sneakerhead. I just love fashion. I love looking dope. I mean, I'm not one who cares much about the nostalgia.
Hashtag fashion. Hashtag men's fashion.
Right.
I agree with this. I don't consider. I like to be fresh, and it can't get them up.
Got them shoes.
Up with cargo shoes, you good, you straight.
You came in broken and assorted.
I thought that was me. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, no,
it's a little bit of a back.
Dress from the bottom.
All right. So it's 8:45.
I got more questions.
Oh well, it's 8:45.
And
we got some radio silence.
All right. Well, let's keep it pushing. He might have dropped off. I have to get him back on. So, in the meantime, let's keep it rolling.
Yes. Let's get into pickups.
Yeah.
I'll go first because
I got nothing.
Again, nothing. It's gonna be like that until.
It's okay, Kevin, because you have proven time again that when you get nothing, it's like a buildup, right? It's like you're hitting a dam, and it just breaks through, and all of a sudden there's this cascade of pickups that flow through.
Nah, this one's different though because I spent my shoe money on that computer, so it's gonna be a minute.
Kev made a sacrifice for the good of us all, so I think we all need to come together at some point and get him.
I was gonna say we might have to,
come together to get him something.
Come together like butt cheeks.
Fuck that. He had a ragged ass computer down there, and I thought he should have had some recent shit anyway.
Well, while we're at it, I got a new one too. If anybody wants.
Ma, what you got?
I bet. So I had an accidental purchase, y'all. Mr. Accidental Purchase himself, and I'm upset about this one because
this is my favorite one.
Scratched it off the list. Like I got this pair. I even showed it. I was so excited. Yes, finally, I only got one more pair to complete the set. I was literally thinking about it. I'm like, yo, let me go cancel this bid. So I went to cancel it, and it says it gave me an error like cannot cancel whatever. I should have screenshotted it, but I didn't. I just X'd out, and the next thing I know, I get a StockX notification that my bid was accepted. I'm like, wow, you got to be kidding me! $200 out the window. Granted, that's retail. Actually, retail a little bit less because most of these pairs came out in New York. You got to pay that tax. But it is the Kobe 3 Fade to Black. Here's your StockX authentication tag. I think the one that I got before was an 11. This is a 10.5. So I may keep both of them. I don't know. I may try to throw it back on there. I don't know. But in essence, I have two when I really just wanted one.
Great waffles.
But what you can do is you can take that pair that you did purchase and, you know, like check it off that pair so you know that they're real. He looks, all right, there we go. Yeah, you can legit check them.
Shout out what you picked up this week in the chat.
Oh, hold on. I ain't done.
Well, man, they just typing, man. You talking? They typing.
Yeah, they typing. This is all good. What else you got?
I think you said something about I can authenticate. I'm not worried about the Kobe 3s, and I can authenticate a Kobe by myself. I'm comfortable with that. But the other pickup that I got, shout out to Georgina, sincerely yours on Instagram. She sent me what was a Kyrie 4, I think, that was on sale. So I ended up going to Champs, and I realized they had a 25% off. So I copped these, the Kyrie 4 lows, that gum bottom, the super dope strap. So that was my pickup. I'm hoping to have a couple more dope Kyrie pickups. We shall see. But that's it. Just these two for this week.
Yeah. I don't like that shit.
Stop shitting on other people's shoes. We're going to stop doing that. Okay?
I do.
We're going to stop shitting on other people's shoes. Okay?
Well, Dan had a comment?
He always
they look bad. They don't look
bad.
They don't look bad at all.
Nah, they're dope. They're cool. Man. I'm just like can I give them all a hard time? I don't like them, but I mean they're good for them all.
Shit's hot, all right. What makes me when you're like, yo, these hype Kyries came out. I need them. I
don't think I've ever said that.
I hate that kind of collector. I
don't think I've ever said that about a pair of Kyries.
Mamba mentality.
I got it.
Yeah. Hey, whose fire alarm keeps going off?
That's probably my kids.
No, there's a fire alarm. Yeah, because you got to think, Maul doesn't have headphones on today because his headphones got bought.
Okay.
So I got so there's stuff I know that I pick up that I know Kev don't like that I know that Maul don't like, so that's fine. I mean, I was just trying to give them all a hard time. I was trying to give them that Threadborn face again. I'm sorry, Marcus. I didn't mean that as a disrespect to Maul. I know you got your fucking you got your emotion shield up and shit. You trying to block. From Maul, I mean, he got this. It's all
good, man.
So
we had a great weekend.
We did. It was super dope. I got this. Solar Reds, Air Max 95s. I like those.
Jacker.
What do we used to call those? The
Swagger Jacker.
Dong toe box.
Bro, I've loved Air Max 95s. I got like 7 fucking pair.
Whatever.
That'll be like, so I'm just saying, I was rocking Air Maxes when you were talking shit about them.
Ooh,
all right?
True.
So, miss me with that.
I got more pair than you do now.
I figured it out.
Right, because you jumped on the goddamn bandwagon. Now you got to buy all these things and make sure that you stay. Anyway.
At least I can do every day.
It's like what we talked about.
Next month.
Everyone, you hit a wall on what you're collecting, and then you go on a new wave.
Safety orange. I got safety orange. I love these. I like Air Max 95s are my favorite Air Maxes, hands down. I know that's not a popular pick. Most people like Air Max 1s over 95s, but, you know, it is what it is. I got the Don C Medicine Ball.
Balls.
I really like this. I really, really, really like this pair. But I don't like that. Anyway. I got my LeBron 3s in today, finally. So the only other 3 that I'll buy is the China, and then I'll be done with 3s. And then I got my Veterans Day 8s. Whoop, whoop. I love this shoe. Anything that's a veteran-related shoe, I'm super down. It looks like we have Sneaker Sensei back. Are you back in? Are you back in, bro?
I'm back. All
right, dope.
Did you have any pickups?
I got something little. I got a little pickup.
Some Kyrie's.
Yo, what is that?
Oh, that's a
that's a
KD.
Fairfax? No, that's a 6. That's LeBron 6 Fairfax.
Let him know.
That shit is mad dope. That shit is dope.
He said something like,
Yeah, something like, a PE fucking.
Six? That's crazy.
The Big
Yeah,
Apples.
that's a 6.
I love the Big Apples. Big Apples were my favorite, and I had to go talk to an old athletic trainer.
That's my next wave too. I'm not gonna lie. LeBron's on the Lakers. That's my next wave.
Was a favor.
Yeah.
So
I think Molly's about to hop on the LeBron wagon as far as sneakers go. So
you can't change, Ma. You can't change.
If you can jump on Air Max, I can jump on bronze, and I already had bronze before that.
Then y'all stop giving me a damn hard time about liking Air Max.
Listen. I will jump to my phone. I will walk downstairs. I will show you my bronze. I have bronze just because I don't post or show or anything like that. I have a collection with selection.
And number one,
selection, baby.
I love the fact that you hopped on the Air Max train. I love it, and I have backed you up since then. And then when I pull out an Air Max, you want to be like Swagger Jacker.
Ooh.
Woo! I've been I've been doing this. I supported you.
Man. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Hey, so we're gonna get the releases. All right,
Let's
everybody
get into releases.
All right, hold on. Let me.
I love you, Marcus.
Love you back, man. I don't know how my internet gonna act right now because it's giving me shit.
You want me to do it?
Marcus is my big brother.
Hold on, y'all. Am I coming through okay? Or am I breaking up? Or what?
Good.
No, you're good.
All right. We got a lot of. I don't want to talk bad about these shoes that are coming out, but there's a lot of them that really aren't that great. I don't know if we really want to look at them. I do want to pull up this one though because it's hideous.
Why?
And that's what my question. Why?
I think that those were on the thing last week. Them rocks.
Well, they probably pushed it back because they knew that it wasn't going to sell.
Hey, what did you say about the rocks?
The rocks.
Hey, no, we're talking about the cement. Why not lows?
We're talking about them sediment fours.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a lot of skipping. If y'all see anything that y'all want to pull up,
you could pull up a couple that we can clown. I mean, we could do
something. Like pull up the Vandal. Pull up the Vandal.
Let's
That's
pull up
actually
the
not a
Vandal.
bad Vandal.
It's not a bad shoe.
It's not. The Vandal is dope. Is that satin?
It looks like satin.
What is that, velvet?
What is that, velvet?
Well, I think the Vandal's a dope shoe. I do not have any of them. I would like to have like one like leather, like white one with like either red hits or black hits. I think would be really dope. It's like I want like an OG blazer too. Like there's certain shoes that I want in my collection. That has to be the right pair. Yeah. Next up.
Here we go.
Oh shit.
Yep, I'm froze.
You froze.
Go ahead and get them all.
All right, no doubt. So, I mean, I don't really feel the need to speak on all of them per se.
Look at them kids.
So, you hear my kids in the background? Yo, it's terrible. I'm telling you, this birth control. Just don't do it. You'll have a lot more money. You have a lot more shoes.
My testicles are shattered backboard quality.
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
Well,
I just saw the SBB quality on there, and I had to say it. I'm sorry. I only have one anyway. So
I mean, listen. Now we're getting way
hold on.
too personal.
What is this? All right, hold on. Right there, where you're
swoops.
That's
swoop. Yeah.
Swoop.
Yeah.
Pull that up.
I don't know how authentic, how true this is, considering we've already passed the August 1st. Now, I did see somebody with them, so they're definitely going to be coming out. I just don't think it's August 1st release date. But yeah, I mean, listen, shout out to the females. WNBA, they had their All-Star signature release, which was really dope. They didn't release to the public, but the fact that they had that on their own stage, I think is pretty awesome.
Now, is this the same list that Marcus had pulled up?
No, I think he was on Kicks on Fire. Were you on Kicks on Fire?
You should go there.
Yeah, I was on Kicks on Fire.
Yeah, the Soul Collector doesn't have all the pictures of the shoes. That's the only problem there.
I wonder if Sneaker Sensei could go upstairs.
Right off the top of his head? Oh, what is he?
Somewhere closer to his router. So I'm interested.
I can't say.
I can't
Like
say
I'm
much.
interested. I'm interested in his opinion,
Absolutely.
but you know.
Yeah, I'll shoot him a text.
There it is. Oh, he's gone now. He'll pop back.
All right, no doubt. Yeah. So there's the Pumas. I'm not a fan of those. We talked about the Vandals. This Adidas Consortium.
What are those?
Yeah, pull up that consortium.
Ugh.
Consortium.
Piece?
Let's look at that consortium.
Say something more.
Hold on. Kev, lock me in, dog.
You are locked.
It doesn't lock in on our screen.
Oh, my bad.
No.
All right, so I mean, it's a dad shoe.
It's been really bloated today.
It's pretty hideous.
It's a dad shoe.
That's what I think of those.
I do like that beside it though.
Consortium Falcon.
The 180.
Air Max 180. This colorway is actually pretty dope. This maroon, navy, and gold, kind of like the Cavs colorway. Cav.
Navy and gold.
Yeah.
At some point, I got to get me a Vapor Max.
Puma.
Don't do
dad
it.
shoe looking type deals. And for whatever reason, it's not letting me go any. Oh wait, there's a next.
You gotta hit next.
I'm about to say next.
No. My Google Hangout share
are
thing was covering it.
Oh, bro, I really like that red pair, man.
What?
Yeah, they're
What
dope.
red pair? The Air Force One?
The Jordan one.
You talk about the zip?
No.
The zip is terrible with that perforated
No.
swoosh.
The
Fair.
Uptown. Yeah,
The
that's
upstep?
it right there.
Nah, man.
Them things are not to move.
I like. I mean, like, I won't buy it because again, the Air Force One, it looks different on my feet, you know, on the fake leg, but
Them things look like bomb tips.
Oh Lord.
click on that Air Max.
I'm
the
not clicking on your
deluxe.
Which no. This one?
Please, yes.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know why everybody likes these.
Cause I had these, bro.
Sorry,
It's like nostalgia for me. Again, I'll get shit on for this shoe, but I really like it. I do like the Raptor 4 Mazda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I
Raptor.
need
I like
that.
that Deluxe too.
I already put it for the raffle.
I will get that shoe.
Damn it! I gotta check my raffle.
I got in on the raffle, thank God.
Likewise.
What raffle?
Finish
Finish
line.
line.
Yes, sir. I already submitted. I mean, none of these releases really matter to me. I'm sorry, y'all.
Travis.
Scott. That's top of the list.
That's the press goes tomorrow.
Weekday list. Yeah, but that's an insta L. That's a draw. Everyone else is gonna win, but me. I never want to draw.
They're not even on the app, are they?
They are.
Yeah.
What were y'all talking about on the app? The Raptors?
Oh, there they go.
The
Finish
Raptors
line,
are
yeah.
in the finish
Green,
line, but it's a
glow,
pain in
buff.
the ass.
I don't know how I feel about that. I have the white cement, so that's all I need. There's an Air Max Penny One in white and metallic.
Yeah, they're golf shoes.
Calm down, dude. Air Jordan 12, Chris Paul. I did not win on the Foot Locker. I'm sorry, the help me out. Finish line. Oddly enough.
Really?
There's the Billy
Don't
Ho.
you got
the
a
Atlanta-
PSNYs?
I do.
Why
No,
do
not
you
those.
need these?
No. I don't. None of these.
Okay.
I have them on the 15s of the gravy boats, the badge lips.
Whoa, holla.
So the 312, the Billy Hoes, I like those. The infrareds, I'm not as big of a fan, although I do like the
hot lava.
Yeah, the hot lava, the way that it's got like that spray paint effect.
Yeah.
It goes up higher. I do like that aspect. I don't know if I like it for $160. And then there is the medicine ball, which Dan stunted on over the weekend.
That shit's dope though, right? Like when you see it.
I said from the jump that these two, the One Man Can Jump and the medicine ball, were my favorites. So Adidas Crazy White, BYW.
It looks unfinished. It looks so unfinished.
And then the release of the weekend
for you,
Kyrie 4 General Mills collaboration. You have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the Lucky Charms, and the Kicks. Wow.
Which ones do you want? Are you wanting all of them all? Or?
I want them all and then some.
What else? Would you get some Apple Jacks?
Like I love cereal. I really do, and I will fuck up all three of those. But I feel like the best pair is the Lucky Charms.
Well, I think.
Are you looking for multiples on these, Mal?
I don't know what I'm looking for just yet. It's because there's 3 pairs coming out in one day. I just low hanging fruit. I just want one of each. Size 11. Thanks, y'all.
They're not going for much on StockX right now.
What's not much, because there's also 2 variations. There are 200 on a $120. I think that's pretty good. But anyways, there is the box pair
Right,
came out like similar
that's
to the
what you want.
Oh yes.
Lord, why would you get it otherwise?
That's to me.
I mean, just
so there's the special packaging that came out in LA, that came out in New York and Harlem. And those are going for $5 and up.
Everybody loves a special box.
Yeah, exactly. But a bowl and a spoon.
That's nice.
That's funny. But yeah, I'm gonna have these. I've already got these set aside. They got their post-its notes on my little containers.
Yeah, I think the kicks are. I think the kicks pair is super boring.
It's in comparison because there's no detail on the upper. Like you got the marshmallows on the upper, the Lucky Charms,
which is
see
dope.
The swirls, absolutely. You see the swirls from the cinnamon toast crunch on the upper.
These things only make me want to eat cereal. That's
I fucking love cereal though. I love cereal.
I like cereal too.
Hey, should
I'm lactose intolerant though.
I pull a paper boy?
Yeah, I was gonna say. You think that dude's pouring cereal in the cereal shoes?
I mean, I would never personally want to eat cereal from a shoe, considering they've been all over the world. But
bowls.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and not to mention, I don't want my shoes to be soggy.
Oh, and
there's an Air Max One Premium
People eat things out of things that have been all over the place. They've been in
Marcus, you gotta get that.
Kev, I'm gonna need you to calm it down. It's 10 o'clock. And text Jenny and tell her it's on and popping, but leave that over there.
All right, so it's 9:03.
So we ready for the G.A.P?
Yeah. Hey, Mark, can you text your boys if we can get them back on for the G.A.P?
Absolutely.
Are we good?
It's the G.A.P, sucker.
Yeah.
G.A.P, bitch.
Do the drop.
I already did.
Oh, we're doing it live.
Good recovery.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's still stuck on Maul.
That could be a problem.
And he's still sharing. Yeah.
Here's my mug, y'all.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to your favorite part of the show. At least it's my favorite part of the show because, Maul,
you talk a hell of a lot, brother.
I get to do a whole lot of talking, which actually has kind of been changed. It's kind of been changed since Kev switched up the thing. So that's kind of dope. But the way we did this was just a free for all. I tried to do something with lifestyle shoes and failed miserably. Like I didn't know what I was trying to do, and Marcus is like, these Great Fives is a lifestyle shoe. And Kevin, these Red Octobers is a lifestyle shoe. And I'm over here like, man, I'm trying to get like...
I threw a pair of New Balances out there. I thought that was pretty
right,
dope.
Which is what I was trying to lean into, but I couldn't get it, anyway. So what we did today is just a free-for-all, and we're going to get into this. So it's gonna be a little different. I'm definitely going to lose. But are we gonna do like just open season, like no limited at this point?
Unlimited gas, you mean?
Yeah.
I think we should do 2. I think we should keep it like it is because I think.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. We'll do it that way. All right. So first up, who's up first?
Maul is up first because he was the first one in.
Oh, look at that! See?
All right, hold on.
Early bird gets the worm.
How about I forgot to do something?
The rules.
Yeah, the rules of the game are real simple. You have gas, you have ass, you have pass. Gas gets you 2 points, ass gets you no points, pass gets you 1 point. And if you're playing at home, get a piece of paper. Y'all and the usual suspects have as many gases as they want. Please fire it up. Show us your fire emojis, your gas station emojis, peach emojis. You could throw a fucking, what do you call it? An eggplant. throw an eggplant in that bitch just to spice it up.
Throw an eggplant in that.
So,
I'm telling you, Kev.
With that, we're gonna get started with Maul, and Maul has picked it looks like the friends and family version of this shoe. But go ahead.
I don't think that's the case, but then
I don't own it if it has the black.
Anyways, I don't own either one of them. But hanging around with Dan, he decided he was going to stunt like no other at the event that we were at, and he brought this particular pair. This isn't a pair that I want, and I think I said it a couple weeks ago. I can't believe, obviously hindsight is 2020, but if someone would have told me that, hey, you really want to buy this shoe at $800, you're going to regret it otherwise, I'd have been like, yeah, okay, go die. Go run a trap with me. Like,
go die.
Go die. You shouldn't die. But here we are. What is it now? like 5-6 years later. Asterisk, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want this shoe bad. And the issue is there's a lot of fakes, and they're very expensive, more than I would really want to pay, especially because I'm not sure if they are authentic. But either way, this is a grail for me, something that I want, something that, because I can't have, makes me want it even more. I'm sure you guys like it. Ben, you posted these recently. They were dope. So if you were my size, I would literally like swim to Belgium and get them from you. That's how bad I want them. Yeah, these are dope, y'all. Please agree. Thanks.
All right, Marcus.
Well, I can't see the other shoes anymore, so I don't know where my gases are supposed to go. So this kind of now the chat is showing in the YouTube.
Well, I know, but that's how it's supposed to be. That's why I put it up there so everybody can see it.
There was the bread for. There was the bread for. There was the LeBron USA, the one that Dan just copped. There was an Adidas from.
Okay, well, I'm gonna gas this one then if that's the case.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
you're safe.
Yeah. Definitely gas. I mean, this is not a grail for me. This is one of those shoes. I mean, everybody loves it. Everybody wants to have it. It's a hype shoe. But it's not a grail for me. I mean, it's not even on my list of grails to cop. So, but it's still a gas. It's a dope shoe. The colorway is dope. I mean, but yeah. Out of the stuff that we got on the show tonight, it's gas.
Kev?
These are definitely gas. I wish I had those. There was a point where I could have probably sold a pair of Yeezys and got these and still had about $300 and it flipped the script on them real quick. So yeah, these are definitely gas.
Yeah. So the black toe is my favorite Jordan 1 of all time, right? And this is a royal black toe. You get that dope royal on there. You get the cool stamp. It's just a cool shoe, and like when you wear this shoe, like everybody's like, "Oh, what's up? Nice frags." You can stunt. You can stunt on them hoes. So it's for sure a gas, and like something like I don't know if you can see those wrinkles right there, those creases. Like no other Jordan 1 that I have creases like that, and I really love that. So it's a gas. It's a gas for me, and the usual suspects gave it a gas. So that's 2, 4, 6, and 8. So Maul walks away with a perfect score.
That's your favorite line, You should let me get those.
Yeah. Kick the Havoc called me out on that. He's like, man, you trying to get everybody's shoes.
Yep, you should let me get those.
So yeah, Marcus has those stealth 5s. He needs to go ahead and come up off those and let me get them.
I think I had those too, actually.
And you remember those Chinese New Year things? Yeah, I do too. Anyway.
Yeah, it's still sitting in my car. That's okay.
Next up, we have. I can't see this shoe.
It is Marcus's.
Aha.
Marcus.
Let's talk about this 5.
Is that your leg?
I was just Googling dopest shoe, and I came across this picture. And it was the legs that got me, man. Whoever this guy is with his legs on.
That sounds kind of sus, though.
That's what.
How you gonna be gay? How you gonna be gay for yourself?
It was just amazing legs connected to these amazing raging bulls.
You take go F yourself to a whole new level.
I know, seriously, you make me want to ask these.
No, you can't. You can't ask these. That's not allowed.
I can,
but you won't.
You're right. I won't.
I mean, this is one of. I mean, every time I pick my top 5 shoes, this is one of them that's in it. I mean, it's just the way this shoe is constructed. If you haven't had this shoe in your hand, I mean, it's just amazing. And, I mean, I had to go with this. Plus, as Kevin and I always say, it's a red shoe.
It's a rare shoe.
Ma.
Yeah, I mean, every time we talk about this shoe, I literally rave about how much I love it. I had 2 at one point, and those were broke college days. I had to return one, and really, what happened was I bought 2, and I bought 1, and they sat. If you guys remember, they sat. So what I ended up doing was buying another pair because the box I got this shipped. The box was all jacked up. So I literally had like all 4 pairs lying around, and I was being choosy, and I was like, all right, well, this red looks doper. Oh, this 3M doesn't have any blemishes. Here's a good box. And then I sent the other one back to finish line. Now I wish I kept both of them. That would be amazing. But either way, like Marcus mentioned, this is one of my top sneakers of all time. When I eventually downsize, one day I will, I promise. And I go to, a more modest amount of pairs. This pair is staying with me. It's never going.
Why do these punk ass people in here look at my legs and talking about girl legs? I mean, when you look at my legs, do you think of a woman?
I don't think of a woman, but they definitely look like they got some nair on them.
Your legs look soft and
I don't
supple.
nair nor shave. And if you see my legs in person, there's hair on my legs. That's because I'm walking around here looking like a woolly bear, like you motherfucker.
Kev,
I'm gonna go with the gas.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. It's one of my top 5 shoes. But yeah, man, it's a red shoe, dog. I mean,
it's a red shoe, dog.
I wish that I could get a non-yellowed pair, but I got 2 pairs and they're both yellow.
Really? See, I would have 2 pairs as well, but I ooped that one to Dan so he could have his pair.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm so grateful. So this is my pair, and they're yellow. Fortunately, the suede is still super red.
Suede.
In person, suede.
That's one of the only 5s that yellows that doesn't bother me though.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Yellow does not bother me. No, the burgundy 5s, the
burgundies, and the olives too. Those 3.
Yeah, those. I mean, like, there's something about that yellow for me that makes my heart feel good. It's like this shoe has character. But here's the deal. There's another shoe on here that I feel is the more deserving of the gas thing. But I do love this shoe a whole bunch. I hate to, but I only have 2 gas. And I feel like there's a shoe that's better. And the usual suspects, of course, gave it a gas. So Marcus, you're walking away with 7. Yeah, and I hate 7. I hate it.
Who passed?
I passed because I have.
You son of a.
I'm sorry. I apologize, but you know why? Like, there's a shoe that has to. I know I'm fat. Why you gonna? It hurts me, Marcus.
Wait, can I just bring up the fact that Miss Jenkins said you got the Nair Nivea package?
Oh.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, the Dark Army. I want the Dark Army so bad. All right, this is my shoe, and I'm gonna get a mad pass on it. But here's the deal for me.
You just got it, so it's flavor of the week.
Yeah, not even that. Not even that. And I've been looking for this shoe for a hot minute. But most of the time when I see them, they have that heavy creasing right there, and I don't want that. But this is a Veterans Day shoe, and for the fact that LeBron, one of my favorite basketball players and one of my favorite lines, made a Veterans Day shoe on one of my favorite sneakers, which is the 8. It's a big deal. Like I really like this shoe. So it is what it is, and the LeBron 8 Veterans Day is my shoe.
So that's how you're gonna play this. You're gonna use a Veterans Day shoe to try to get votes. Sorry, bastard.
It's no, right. I mean, like that was the purpose. But everybody's gonna pass on my shoe.
I'm gonna pass, and no disrespect to veterans, obviously.
No, clearly.
But you just mentioned the fact that there are other shoes that deserve the gas, and if we're being true to, the actual game or what have you, and the intrinsic feeling, I'm going to use your line, the feelings, right, not the facts. This is a pass for me, and not that I wouldn't want this shoe. It looks great. It's amazing. I would rock the hell out this shoe and have a sick ass combo. But obviously that 4 is going to get my other gas. So
right,
that's the reason behind my pass.
Same.
No early votes.
Yeah. So Marcus,
I'm a pass. I mean, it's a dope shoe. Me personally, I wouldn't rock it, but I mean, it's a dope shoe. So I can't give it a gas because it's something else I want to gas. But yeah,
I know. Kev,
I am officially out of gas, so I have to go with the pass. But I mean, it is a dope shoe. Not something you see all the time. So.
And the usual suspects also gave me a pass. So I'm walking away with a solid 4, which is good because it brings us to our next shoe.
It is the Bread 4 with the OG treatment on the back. Nike Air, my favorite shoe of all time.
Jesus.
We know. we fucking know.
All right, so Maul.
Yes.
I'm
well,
calling
I've
it
already.
in.
You called it in.
What do you got?
I mean, it's an ass, obviously. No, I'm just playing. Please don't take me serious. Now that shoe, I mean, that's probably the release that I'm looking forward to the most. Next year, I guess it's February 2019. That's going to be releasing. It's probably going to be like the All-Star package, like the Black Cement was, and it's going to have the OG treatment, so to speak, if that's the way we want to associate it. I hate you right now, Dan. With the Nike Air, and I'm talking a lot, so I'm just going to gas it. It's dope. It's ill. It's one of the best Jordans ever.
For real.
Look at the flames on that chat.
Hey, Sneaker Sensei back.
Hey.
Yo, the phone app is lit.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah. All right, so Marcus, what you got?
Even though this is Kevin's favorite shoe, and we've heard that at least 1 billion times since we've done this show, I got to give it a gas. This was the second shoe that I bought, second silhouette that I bought back in the early 80s when it first came. I think 89 is when it dropped. And so I wish I still had the OG. I really wish I did. But it's definitely a gas on this.
All right. So it's a gas. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And so look at this shoe, y'all. Like, I know this doesn't have the OG like toe box shape, but still, even without the OG toe box shape, it's still a super, super, super dope silhouette. Even when they get the little cracks and shit right here on the medial side, is still a super dope shoe. Like, everything about this shoe is bananas. And I have to give it a gas. The usual suspects gave it a gas. So here we are. Can
I say one thing real quick? There's one thing about this shoe that sucks ass.
Oh, not sucks
ass. I hope y'all know what I'm going to say. Yes.
The crack.
The paint chipping is ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
On this shoe.
But you know what, though?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
right here.
You can't really see it, personally.
Right.
What?
Yeah, but okay, so we're talking about this right here. But the fact is like, for me, like, I kind of dig it. It's kind of like it's kind of like the creases on ones where, like, like when you get a good pair of ones.
I don't really like creases either, but
I do. I like the creases on one where they look loved, where the shoe is loved. Like that motherfucker wears his shoes. Like, that makes me happy, and I kind of feel the same way about this. All right, so the bottom line is we have a tie. All right. And
so here's what I want to do with that. All right,
we've missed Secret Sensei.
Number one, I want him to talk about his shoe, so we can pull that up so you can explain because this is something that's outside the scope of what we would normally show. So I definitely want it.
I agree.
It's up.
And number two, we'll let him be the deciding vote.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do anyway.
Oh, my bad. I mean to Kanye you.
It's fine. The best album of all time. All right, so I'm waiting for Sneaker Sensei shoe to pop up. So
it's up.
Is he frozen? Oh,
no, he's on. All right,
he had the drum on.
Go ahead and talk about your shoe, Jay, and tell us about what you got here.
Oh, so my shoe was the Adidas TS Light Switch Guild for President.
All right, you want to explain that a little bit? Because
it's a very Jordan-centric show, so the Adidas and all that stuff, they're like, what is
Holy
that?
shit, are you serious?
I am not.
You're gonna have to put some love on it, so you got to explain
the commentary.
Yo, Molly, give me 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. Go ahead. So, real quick, because we were going to talk about this shoe, and I was thinking to myself, like, when it comes to Adidas basketball, I'm really not a fan. I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. The last time I actually had an Adidas basketball shoe was probably 2001.
Baby.
It was a T-Max, and I sprained my ankle.
Yeah.
And it kept me out of AAU, and it just really hindered my senior year. Like, I wasn't the same. And for that, I hate Adidas basketball for the rest of my life. So you will never see me ball in a pair of Adidas shoes. That being said, it's a pretty no, baby. That being said, the colorway of this particular model is dope. But anything Adidas basketball will never get any love from me.
Stop at already.
Who it is, like Adidas basketball.
I'm not a fan of that Adidas basketball shoe that's out right now. Or
that funky looking.
Yeah, I feel like that shoe is unfinished.
He said he peeked and pooped at the same time. Nah, there's your eggplants that you had.
Yeah, I told you. They were coming. This shoe gets a 0. It's a butthole. It's a butthole. I don't know what we're supposed to do right now because we're on pause, but
my bad.
I feel like we should.
The chat is funny though.
Buckets.
Yeah, they are big bucks, no whammies. The Daewoo of shoes. It does kind of look like a Daewoo.
He said a Daewoo Lanos.
I think he went to the archives to find the shoe.
Right.
Coming back.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got this shoe, and I'm sure that's. Here we go.
So let me show you something, young buck.
Sit down. You're gonna learn today.
The shoe in question was.
Wait, you went from Bengals to Raiders?
This is the shoe I was talking about.
All right.
So it was the vote. It was the all-star shoe for Gil. This is the year that Gil got injured.
Sample tags on it.
Johnny Gill?
He put out a couple of dope ones. He put out the vote for Gills. He put out I Love LA.
The face.
Gilbert Arenas.
He put out
Agent Zero.
Before
he pulled out them guns.
He did.
Hey, watch it. Before Obama, there was in Gil We Trust, Black President, with the little seal on the back. He pulled out the hibachis. He even did a frozen one, all iced out.
Did those come out?
Damn.
Like to regular stores?
Yeah.
Did regular people get these?
Who do we sneak
I
this?
think these are special.
That was at Academies.
These are GRs.
What?
Okay. So I mean, like, so he had some creative control and was allowed to do some cool stuff with it.
Yes.
And I think that's dope. That shoe is not for myself.
Now, Jay, you were gone. I explained the story. The last time I rocked Adidas basketball, completely shattered my ankle in some T-Max. So Adidas basketball and I, we don't get along.
What were you wearing?
T-Max.
T-Max.
Oh.
All right, but while we got you here, we have a tie.
Yes.
Right. So we have a tie between this shoe,
Frags,
and this shoe.
The four.
So the Bread 4, there it is. Kev takes the win.
History over hype. I like it.
I also like it. So thank you, the usual suspects. Thank you so much for keeping that chat lit. That was dope. Maul, good job. Marcus, fuck off. Kev, congratulations on your win.
Thank you. You really like me. And also, this segment was brought to you by 8 and 9. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out the link in the description. 30% off still.
Get that Eat Shit shirt. Get that Eat Shit shirt.
Shirt. Hey man, we gotta curb our language, man. I've been doing a lot of research on this.
I know, man. I know.
It's still
It's all Dan. It's all Dan.
I think your language is kind of low key compared to what we used to do. So keep it up.
See, this is the thing. I didn't even get to. I had so many questions. I didn't even get to talk about the sit down or anything. Like,
well, you want to talk about the sit down? Like,
we can go
real quick.
Hey, we can go after hours. I mean, like we can have an OT at the end with now that we have a better connection with the Sneaker Sensei. But let's hit these topics, and then we'll hit the OT with the main man Jay, so we can drop some knowledge on us.
All right, watch your head. Here comes the drop.
Real quick. Before we move topics.
Drop.
Told you to watch your head, man. Go ahead.
All right, topics, y'all. Marcus, you got something to say, Marcus?
Yes, please, God, get it out.
Yeah, real quick. Something I just want to address. I mean, I know that everybody has noticed that the panel has been short the last few weeks. You know, Unbox App, Mo, Mike, however you know him, he's moved on. He's decided no longer to be a part of the show. He's still our friend. He's still our family. There's no, issues or anything like that. He just has other things that he's taking care of in his life. So, we get a lot of questions where Mo or whatever. It's just going to be us four. We're rolling with the, instead of the Fab Five now, we're going down to the Fantastic Four.
Which one of the Fab Five was he? Was he more like the Jimmy Jackson or was he like the Jalen Rose?
Which one missed
Jimmy
most
King.
of the shots? No, you're not going to diss my boy Jimmy now. You're not going to diss Jimmy.
Well, no, he was Ray
Jackson.
Yeah, Ray Jackson.
He was Ray
Jackson. Shit, he put him Ray Jackson, the unknown Fab Five.
Damn.
Hey, he's still part of the Fab Five.
What's his name?
Listen. That dude.
It was 4+1.
Listen. Yeah, man. Best of luck to Mo, whatever endeavors he chooses to go through or take on. As we mentioned,
What's the breakdown?
Oh, man.
Good luck, man. It's been real. That being said, back to the midsole. We got some topics. Checks over stripes.
That's what we like.
So, listen, what was it, about a month ago? Scorpion, or a month and a half, let's call it. Drake was pretty much, it was a done deal, right? No longer with Jordan Brand. They didn't let him do anything. He was going with the Adidas. He had his clothing line, all this other stuff. But time and time again, and we don't know if this is just like a bargaining chip, but we see him in a lot of Nike, a lot of Jordans. He just put out the video for In My Feelings. He had a pair of fives on. It was a pair of fives, right?
I don't know.
I thought it was. Anyways, and then on the Travis album, he says straight up, checks over stripes. So, what's the deal? Is he going to stay with Nike and not do Jordan?
I wonder if when Pusha came out and then kind of leaked his whole strategy, if that messed up everything, if that's what he's talking about, left a bad taste, and then, they didn't penalize him or drop him. I think that he probably would have wanted that in order to continue, and then maybe he's going back to Nike.
Right. Maybe Nike saw it as an opportunity to swoop in and said, you know what, hey, listen, we got Travis on with Nike, / Jordan. We see what's going on. We see the vision of what you want, and we can make that happen for you. Don't go to Adidas. Stay right here.
Do we really care?
I do. I
do care what Drake wears?
Not what he wears in the sense like I want to mimic his fashion, but in terms of his shoes, in terms of like who he is as an artist, yeah, I care.
I'm more of a
what is he contributing to the shoe?
Well, I care because I'm more of a Jordan buyer than Adidas, so I think that I would take part in possibly purchasing a Jordan, but I probably wouldn't buy the Adidas.
Drake kind of moves me away from Jordan Brand because it shows me a lack of creativity and thinking on their part.
I think that's Jordan, though.
I was gonna say,
I do too.
I think that's less about Drake and what he wants to put into the shoe, and more of just
no. I blame that. I blame that direct. I know. I blame that on Jordan. I'm just saying, like the proof is in the Drake signing. Like right. Jordan is just, it's, whatever.
That Travis is dope as fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
As an artist.
So here's my thing here. Now, I do this every time because I feel like it's the easiest way to show what Jordan does with a creative artist, right? So, Cause. Amazing artist, comes out with crazy things, crazy, ginormous statues, inside-out people, bright colors, amazing artwork, right? This is the shoe they come out with for him. The second one. This is the black one. This is it. This is, and they give him
those.
Yeah, well, they give him, there's X's on the back. Like, this is what they give him, right? And I put this on there. Like, Jordan doesn't give people that creative push to do something different. Like,
yeah, Adidas does. Adidas does.
Right. No, and I'm not talking about giving him his own, the Drake, why not? Because we all know straight up, any signature series that comes from Jordan is garbage. It's garbage.
But
So you
to
don't think
piggyback over what you said, you look at such a fashion-forward company like Public School, and if you ever been to one of their fashion shows, you could see how creative those guys are, and to watch them put out just monotone shoe after monotone shoe, it makes you wonder, like, how much design went into that thought. Like, these guys are supposed to be, like, one of the most, Vogue talks about them, GQ talks about these guys. I'm personal friends with Dowie Chow, one of the founding members of Public School, and to just see them put out a gray and what was it, a wine-colored shoe, like, it's just like, you're doing the designer, you're doing the artist of this justice.
Well, that's the thing, and Jordan doesn't a lot. Like, I wonder what they could really do if they were given free reign.
You lock them in the innovative kitchen overnight. You give them access to the archives, and you see what they can cook up.
Right. That's what I would love to see.
They did it with Virgil. I mean, they let Virgil deconstruct the Jordan 1.
Chicago.
Look at everything that he did. Right. That they gave him freedom with that. I mean, so you can't say that they don't give everybody freedom. I mean,
but I think his play is more of a Nike because he released more Nikes than he did on the Jordan. Right. So the Jordan was an extra.
Yeah, but he did more. He did more thought went into that Jordan 1 than any of the rest of those shoes.
Right, but he had stock in Nike, where Nike probably gives you a little bit more freedom. So if he's doing this at Nike, then he's got to be able to do a little bit more with Jordan.
I mean, this motherfucker made Prestos dope, like, for real. I mean, like, he went ham on the Jordan 1, but he also went, like, crazy
for the best, in my opinion.
with the Presto.
I agree. The Presto is dope, but I mean,
hands down the best one out of the whole group.
But he still did not do as much to the Presto as he did to the Jordan. I mean, he did not. If you put both shoes,
I don't think the Presto had enough moving parts for him to be as creative as the Jordan did.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't. We come back to this a lot, but again, Drake doesn't strike me as like I feel like Marcus dresses better than Drake does, and Drake has unlimited funds. You know, he got like make believe money. You know, like money.
I'm
like
only $1,000
right, exactly. Like I live paycheck to paycheck and shit, and but I dress like it.
But at the end of the day, does Kanye really dress fly?
No,
I don't get it.
Not for us.
No, not at all. But he dictates fashion in a sense.
He does.
Wear sweatpants, man.
Exactly. Listen, he made that whole bummy thing like a thing.
No, he didn't.
He did. There are kids dressing like that.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
How not so?
Hey, that came from Zoolander. That was Dare Lee.
Listen, I'm not saying he didn't copy someone's style. What I'm saying is he made it mainstream.
You're right.
No, he made it.
He made it couture.
He made it safe.
But I mean, what entertainer doesn't do that? Every entertainer.
What Cameron and Dipset did the pink, that's what Kanye did the bummy shit.
Exactly. That's my point. Every entertainer has taken what they do fashion wise from somebody on the streets. I mean, every Jay-Z has, Cameron has, and Yeezy did the same thing. He did the same thing with his brand, but his brand is more recognizable than any of those guys that I just mentioned.
Yeah, it's just a reach because the innovators never actually get the credit for what they do.
What is he innovating now?
I didn't say he was. What I'm saying is the innovators do not get the credit. To Marcus's point,
But I'm saying, Molly, we got these young kids out here that are praising people that really ain't doing nothing. They're bowing down to shit that's not even creative. When you look at it, to us, I know to me, I'm like, okay, it's cool, but like it could have been a GR and it would have still had this, it had a total different impact. Think about it.
But
I think that Kanye has the power to do like what Michael did for people maybe like in our generation. I think that he's creating an event that allows you to buy into it by buying, because I mean people was buying, like when Michael was around, it was buying pins, jackets, all types of stuff. Kanye is the Michael of today. If you go to one of his concerts, like have y'all ever been to a Kanye concert?
I have.
It's a different feeling when you're there, honestly.
When he finally gets there,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
He set a record for merch at a concert. He sold more than the fucking Pope.
Yeah, I mean it's an
Yeah.
insane feeling when you're there. You're like
it's lit.
the music just goes through your body. I mean it's I've never been to anything like that.
No, it's
Did
dope
you
as hell. The
scream?
energy is
Tell the
crazy.
truth. Did you scream during the Kanye concert?
Nah, I ain't gonna
Did you
scream, man.
Nah,
I'm
I don't-
250 pounds. I can't
I'm too
scream.
much of an introvert to
I go to
scream.
jail.
I'm kinda in my own area.
Hey, real quick, I do have a question for the entire panel because I mean, all of y'all dress better than I do because I honestly the only thing I give a shit about is what's on my feet. Everything else to me is inconsequential. A t-shirt and a pair of jeans, or t-shirt and a pair of shorts, I'm cool. But do you think if Drake would have went to Adidas that we would have seen something better and something more creative rather than,
The answer to that, and I'll just say quickly, is yes.
Would
because
we
he had
have
no
seen
creative-
something better than this?
Yes,
Absolutely.
'cause that's nothing.
Absolutely.
That's nothing.
Absolutely.
What
I
was
mean,
the
I'm not a
question again?
big
I'm sorry,
fan
I
of
missed it. What-
OVO Jordans.
Would
But-
we, I mean, like, did we miss out on something by him not going to Adidas?
I don't think so.
Macklemore had a better
No.
shoe than him.
Oh, fuck Michael Moore.
Oh, the
But Drake
ashy
is
green
not
joints.
The Vulture.
Drake is not creative fashionably. So either way he goes, you're not missing anything.
You don't
There's
know that.
nothing he's going to bring to the table. Pharrell is somebody who I'm like, okay, let me see what Pharrell is going to do. Because that's a guy who does things in fashion that you pay attention to. Drake dresses like the average, not even average dude. I mean, he
dressed
Pharrell-
like the grassy high.
But Pharrell also did have ice creams.
And they were creative.
okay.
They were
Yeah,
trash,
it was
though.
creative. And
were
I mean, in
creative.
your opinion, it was trash, but people
were,
wore it. It sold out. I mean,
Yeah,
he
there's
had
like an underground. There's like a group of people who like worship that shoe.
Right.
The ice
Now,
cream.
chat, do you guys like ice creams? Let's see. Put some emojis
no.
up.
There are
No,
5
no,
calories
no,
in
no,
a
no.
teaspoon
Listen,
of semen. That's
Listen, he had
in
a
the chat
terrible,
right now.
Ice
Who
creams had a
put
terrible
that?
silhouette.
Hold
But
on.
you look at the shoe, they weren't bad. They were creative. They wasn't just like cut and paste. You know what I'm saying? They were,
I feel like they were
Pharrellish.
like the same as them penguins that was out there that you could get at Burlington. They were similar style.
it was colors.
You know I'm right.
It was matching up. It was matching up colors. But see, Kevin, again, you're not a fashion guy. You're a guy who puts on sneakers and some
this
basketball
guy.
shorts and a hoodie. I mean, but it is. I'm just speaking. I'm not shitting on you.
Same.
Bro,
I love hoodies.
You don't. How many ice creams do you have?
I don't have.
I'll wait.
any. But
All right,
That's
so then
not
what are
the
we
point.
talking
That's
about?
not. But that's not my style. That's
Ice
the thing.
creams
See,
are no,
you don't.
dog.
That's not my style. But it was to me. It was the colors were. I mean, you can't match up two colors your damn self, Kev. They were able to put colors together to make it look nice. To
Damn.
All right. So just to put a nail in this particular coffin of a topic, just a yes or no from I'm from the panel. Maul, should Drake have stayed with Adidas and done something different? Yes or no?
That's open ended for the sheer fact that we don't know what the deal with Nike, what that entails, whether or not he's going to go to Jordan or stay with Nike.
Yes or no?
Team Nike.
All right, Marcus.
I mean, I think he should have went to Adidas.
Jay.
Adidas.
Kev.
I'm rocking with Nike. I think that if he goes back to Nike, he's gonna have a little bit more leverage.
And here's
Travis is no shit on him.
Please. Adidas, if
There's
it's a
no
lower
juice.
price point and more creativity. But like I said, it's open ended. It's an aspect. Anyhow.
All right. So that being said, this topic is done.
Next.
We've hit it so many times. I'm disgusted by it.
Well, that's not.
But then again, I can't complain because I never put in any info on the topics because.
Just throw them out there. We'll get to them eventually.
But I always feel like I'm coming with some lame shit. Go ahead.
Anyways, moving on. Something more positive, more upbeat for the community, for the culture, for the human race. That is Lebron and the I Promise, the school that that he recently unveiled that he opened in Ohio, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, despite what people may think about him as an athlete, as a person, I don't think you can really take anything away from him. And I guess the question then becomes, what does that do for his legacy, if anything, if it's mutually exclusive, if it's church and state? But like, what's your viewpoint? What are your thoughts on LeBron at this point?
I think you have to look at how do you view like like a GOAT or the best player? Is it just on the court? Is it outside of the court? And I think there's some parameters that you can measure with LeBron that you couldn't with Jordan because of how social media is and how people can market themselves. But I think that, I mean, like, I can't imagine anybody being like this. I mean, there are people that have opened up schools, and who was it? Jalen Rose was talking about.
Jalen Rose did one in Detroit.
Yeah, he said that, you know, how he created a school, and there's other people that have created schools.
Deion Sanders.
And, you know, how LeBron was getting so much, you know, love for this. I think that LeBron goes a step beyond that, though. I think when he's talking about sending these kids to college, he's already sent kids to college. He left the state, but he's still taking care of people in his hometown. I think it's great, man. I need a Lakers Bron jersey.
All right. Like for me, I straight up, I absolutely love this. You know, like these kids get free bikes, free helmets. You know, like their small classrooms. Like for me, this in my mind, regardless of rings, solidifies him as one of the greatest of all times. Like he's one of, you know, like as an individual, as a person, as a player, as an all-around feature, right? This man has had, like, has there been any kind of, like, what do you call those things?
Controversy.
Controversy. Thank you, Kev. You know, he opened a school for his hometown. Like, you know, in my mind, he's one of the best doing it, and I think it's amazing. I mean, like, he drew fire from the president of the United States. He's doing it right, you know? Like,
I'll second all those. I'll piggyback on that. I agree with everything that you said, but I think at the end of the day, what we have to realize when we have the conversation about basketball, it's about basketball, right? And it's strictly that. And I mentioned it's church and state. Like, it's great what he's doing. I have no LeBron hate whatsoever. That's completely gone. It just is what it is at this point. You know, it's a lot of energy to hold on to that, and I don't have that power. So. It's amazing what he's doing as a philanthropist, like what he's doing as a human being to enrich the community or what have you. When it comes to basketball, just basketball, he is amazing. He's probably, you know, top 5 player, whatever the case may want to be, 1A, 1B, you know, all that other jazz. Does he top Mike? He doesn't for me. And arguably he's got a lot of career left, maybe, you know, 3 to 5 years. So things may change there. Right now, he's fighting Kobe, in my opinion, as far as guys that are out pacing Father Time. But we saw how that ended for Kobe. He literally got ran to the ground and was no longer, you know, the player that he was. So to be determined as far as that's concerned. The legacy of LeBron, basketball-wise, is not influenced by what he does off the court.
Exactly, and I agree. I feel 100% the same way. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. Just real quick, I just want to say I agree with Maul. I mean, you can't judge what he's done off the court and can put it in the same category as what he's done on the court. In my mind, he's top 5 player, top 5, maybe number 3, and he may move up. What he's done off the court, I mean, it's outstanding. But if you're going to say that he's the GOAT because of this, it's just like saying Jay-Z is the GOAT of hip hop because he does the same thing. It's just not spoken of.
No, it's
you know
just
what I'm saying?
icing.
So you can't. No, it's no icing. It's apples and oranges. There's apples and oranges. There's no icing with that. I mean, what he's doing is great, and because he has the money to do with what he does on the court. Nothing at all. It doesn't make him a GOAT just because he decided to give money, and as they try to say, Michael Jordan gave money to funds that, you know,
Ron Michael Jordan.
Say what now?
No, but you know, like
Ron Michael Jordan.
Just taking a piece out of what everybody said. This move by LeBron off the court pushed him ahead, not just past a lot of athletes, but past a lot of entertainers and actors and stuff like that. It's very important that we remember. It's just that he did this at the point in time of him being at the top of his game.
Right.
Meaning that what made Ali so transcendent and dynamic, he did what he did at the top of his game. Bill Russell did what he did at the top of his game. We're talking about as far as like civil rights and stuff. Jim Brown did what he did as the top person at his position at his game at the same time. But when you look at the bigger picture, Colin Kaepernick took a bigger step, but because he was not at the top of his game at that time, he didn't get recognized like a LeBron did. So I think the telescope and the microscope at the same time has different lenses when you talk about that. That's off the court. I think what he's doing is beautiful, but you got to big up Jalen Rose, who did it first without the accolades and without the, the press coverage, and ESPN didn't go to his school in Detroit, but Jalen Rose did it on his own, and there's been other athletes that made severe contributions, but I think it just makes it more impactful because at this moment, he is the top player in his game right now. On court.
Yes,
for you to think
but
that Michael...
Year 7?
Huh?
Year 7? Like, at this LeBron is so different.
No. What I'm saying is that he's getting this because he's the top shotter at his position.
Right, but he's a 15-year vet, which makes him a very different than what he was 7 years ago. He was so amazing.
I'm talking about
off
the court.
But you're blending that with where he is, like, in relation to the game. So what Ali did, Ali was young and at his apex. Like, LeBron is amazing right now, but it's not the same as what he was.
But he's still the best in the league, though.
But you can't take away at what age you become the top of your game.
Who's in the debate?
Right, but I think it's different when you're climbing to the top versus when you've been there, because you've already established yourself, your confidence, your swag, that moxie is different.
When they stripped Ali of belts before. He was already a champion.
Yeah, but he had a lot more to lose. Not only losing the belts, he could have lost his life, and that's what I think we tend to forget.
I'm not saying LeBron is better than Ali, but I say he gets mentioned in those terms because
I would still.
I think he gets mentioned because it's more fresh too.
He's in the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
He should be. He definitely should be.
I didn't say he's better than Ali. I said he gets mentioned in that conversation.
In that conversation,
yes. But
I think where Kaepernick fell short is the fact that he became expendable. He wasn't not saying that he was.
I think Kaepernick's biggest mistake is that he gave up his last year of the contract and whatever. Now, but let me go back.
I hate what happened to that man.
On the court, they're LeBron and Michael are apples and oranges, and you get a supreme athlete that comes around every 10 to 15 years. That I think it's unfair to each other to compare them. I think Michael Jordan as a shooting guard played in a different type of NBA, which made it harder for him to achieve what he achieved. 7-footers didn't patrol the perimeter in Michael's days. They stood in the paint and they beat the shit out of you. I'm not saying one is better, but you got to compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges. Mike's record speaks for itself. The guy never lost a finals. You can't, you could say whatever you want about Julio Cesar Chavez as a boxer, but he cannot be compared to Floyd Mayweather because Floyd, meaning he's whatever he is outside the ring, inside the ring, he has never lost a fight. LT had his problems with drugs and stuff like that, but on the field, he was the most dominating defensive player ever played the game.
So what? All right, so when you bring when you bring boxers into it, that's just like LeBron and Jordan are like, say, Floyd Money Mayweather and Mike Tyson at the best in the apex of his career. You can't compare them because they're two different.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't compare them.
That's what he means.
But you can't. But you also can't say that LeBron's not. I mean, I don't know. You can't say that LeBron's
listen, hold on, guys. Let me get this straight. Right now, I feel, even over Kevin Durant, that LeBron is the best player in the basketball right now.
I agree.
Marcus
does not agree. Marcus, who's the best?
Listen, he was absolutely.
To me, I'm not going to say he's the best. I mean,
he was the MVP. He
who's the
got
best
MVP this season.
I mean, it could be Durant is up there, Westbrook is up there, Harden is up there.
But you're not even convinced yourself that he's better.
I'm not gonna say he's the best. I'm not okay. I'm a LeBron fan. I'm not a LeBron stan like everybody else in the comments is. You know, they ride his jock, and I'm not gonna say that about you, Kevin. Even though I know you love him, but everybody in the comments they ride LeBron's jock. That's not. I'm not that guy. I grew up watching a lot of these other guys, Magic and all those guys play. You know, so I have a different perspective of what LeBron does. I mean, LeBron is a beast on the court with guys who are nowhere near the caliber of athlete that he is. You know what I'm saying? Whereas back in the other in Magic's
that's what
era,
Mike was.
Jordan's era, it was different. You had ballers. Nowadays, you got maybe 5 top, 6 top players at
But
that.
whose
where
fault
back in
is
the day,
that?
You had a number one player on each team. So what now?
What is that? You eat what you kill.
I'm not
right?
blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody. That's not.
You eat what you
I'm
kill,
not
right?
pointing.
You gotta eat what you kill.
So
if that's what's on the platter, you gotta take it.
So here's what I'm gonna say. In my opinion, which is limited in knowledge base, I think that Jordan like paved the way for anybody that came after him. Right? They've watched his tapes. They've tried like Kobe. Kobe was amazing at being Jordan. And I watched this video the other day, and I was just like, holy shit! Like.
I've seen it. That's old.
Yeah, I know it's old, but it is what it is.
I get what
like,
you're going.
No, I'm not talking about the one where he mimicked Jordan. I'm just talking about the one where I sent it to you. But anyway, like I think there's like levels to this shit, right? And I do believe that Mike is the greatest to ever do it, right? I think you can put him in this time frame. You could put him in any time frame, and he would be the best. However, what I will say is like to say that LeBron is not a GOAT for his generation, I think
that's a totally different topic. I don't think I'm going to argue.
That's the whole show.
For his generation, he's the greatest player of his generation. Period.
Yeah,
that's on any given night. On any given night, he's not. You know, he does not have that killer instinct. Like I've seen Kevin Durant. I've seen Kevin Durant develop a killer instinct, even though I can't stand him. That LeBron does not have.
Yeah, he got a killer instinct. He went and killed his team and went to another one.
I've seen
LeBron goddamn right
too many times. I've seen LeBron quit on his team too many times, and I can't give him that.
KD quit on his team too.
Nah, he didn't quit.
He left his team. He didn't quit in the middle of a game.
He LeBroned his team. That's a different story. But anyways. In the interest of time, I mean.
Anyways, we're gonna hit this last topic.
You want to hit this topic? You sure you want to? All right, let's go.
No, we're gonna hit this quick down. See, and speaking of expensive jerseys, is it $400 for an authentic Nike jersey? Do y'all know?
Hold on.
Hey, can you shut my door?
Sorry about that. I'll double check the price, but the shorts are $500. Like, ooh. And then yeah, that's hefty, man. I don't know what the hell they're making that with. That shit better come with super duper. Never mind. It's excessive. I'm hitting the Just On website right now to see what the tops were. But the biggest thing was for me because he had mentioned the fact that he had modeled that after NBA Jam. I didn't quite see the inspiration there, but someone did share a picture with me that it was a Magic Johnson line, I believe. And it's pretty much a carbon copy of what the tops look like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I thought they had a Nike had one too when they had jackets back, or not. Maybe it wasn't Nike. Maybe it was like Pro Player or something. They had jackets. I think Scottie Pippen had one.
Yeah, dude, they're $400.
That's bananas.
Oh, good God Almighty! And
what are we talking about? They're talking about these jerseys that Don.
Yeah, we're talking about these NBA Jam.
Real quick. I'm gonna screen share real quick so we can get a night. You can see this.
It's up there. No, I got it up. I got a picture.
Oh, you got pause. I mean, and I know like offline we were talking about how does that influence you in terms of buying the 312s? Like, are you turned off by the fact that he's charging an excessive amount?
He left.
You know, what's up? Oh, he left. Hey, come back. You know, for the apparel and good God Almighty, 600. Like, I don't know if that has to do with licensing or if it's just the fact that he's trying to placate on his name, his hype right now. But that's a lot of money for apparel.
That's
anyway,
way too much, man.
Shitty apparel. Like, does anybody like? Do y'all like this?
Well, the base model of these are Mitchell and Ness. So you $200 less, you can get Mitchell and Ness pair. That is the actual grade of the pair of shorts that was created back in the day. So, I mean, do you need to have all the designs and everything? Do you need to have Chris Millen on the front?
Customizers that similar work.
Here's my thing.
Yeah, I want to hear
Marcus. What are you gonna wear? A full-on basketball suit. I don't give a shit what's on it. That's my thing. Who does this? Anybody that I see walking around the street with a full-on, I don't care what's on it. Chris Mullen, it could be Chicago. Stay your ass in the house.
Artez.
Don C shorts make your dick look bigger.
Well then,
that's genetics.
Still not worth 400.
Yeah, and that's I mean, again, I agree 100% with what and I was waiting to hear what Marcus had to say about this because I go to Marcus for fashion. Like like straight up in Dallas, I was like, yo, help me find some pants.
That was in Atlanta too. That's everywhere.
Yeah, I try. I don't understand the price tag at all. Didn't they make shit like this in the 90s that was like regular priced?
They made T-shirts. They didn't have like the full.
What are you doing, Ma?
The full uniform.
I'm trying to show, but like this is
that's like a 90s print.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's literally exactly what you're seeing Don C doing. It's like, oh, I drew my inspiration. You didn't draw shit, but a copy.
And then he let his name ride on there. But I mean, and honestly, that's kind of what took away from me wanting to get the rest of his the legacies, because like why does he have to put these things out there, and then why is he charging so much for these?
Does anybody know why it costs so much? I mean, anybody in the chat, anybody know? Like, did anybody buy any of this?
Trying to be urban high fashion.
This is why it costs so much. When it has a high price tag, it's put in the category of Louis, Balenciaga, and things like that, and it builds the hype, and it makes people say, "I gotta have it. It's an expensive item. I gotta have it." That's why he can charge that much and get away with it, and people will pay it.
Did people?
The pockets are a plus for these because the authentic Mitchell and Ness don't have pockets, and I wish they did. But you can get somebody to put them in for you.
The Supreme joints don't have pockets either, right? I never actually.
Do you need pockets when you're playing basketball? That's the only reason.
Because you're not playing. Say if you want to go to the grocery store real quick, you got to hold your wallet and your phone to walk around the grocery store. Because
so you going to the grocery store with this whole shit on the top and bottom?
With the shorts, I might wear the shorts and the shirt. I'm not wearing the whole uniform.
Yo, I rock the shorts. I never really rock the tops of anything. Right. You know, when it comes basketball related. You rock the shorts, bro. You rock the shorts with.
Okay, I guess I do. I don't.
I'm sorry, man. We don't wear Balenciaga jock straps.
Bro, where you wearing
Balenciagas? I mean, do y'all wear tennis shorts when y'all go to the store? Do y'all wear fucking football pants when y'all go to the store?
Tennis shorts?
What the fuck? Do
y'all wear fucking shoulder pads? I mean, come on, man.
It's totally different.
Basketball shorts, that shit.
And different than football pants, baseball pants, soccer shorts, and all that other BS.
You can't wear basketball shorts. You can't wear like a pair of Jordan shorts. Now, hold up. Dan, Molly gave you a pair of Aqua 8 shorts. You won't rock those?
I like
it's the same thing as basketball shorts.
Yo, I literally have so many basketball shorts because when I would buy my Jordans, I would cop a pair of shorts.
Wait, I do have a question for you, Ma.
Yes.
Them shits are ginormous.
They looked huge.
Bro.
They're big as fuck on me.
2007, dude.
Yeah, I mean, did you actually wear them?
Yeah.
Did they touch the ground?
No.
You got to take your pants all the way down to pee.
When people wear tennis,
from the hood days, bro. I have a gang of XXL shorts. I have a lot of shorts.
I like basketball shorts. They're comfortable. Like I kick it in, but like
I have old pictures. I'll show you.
I spend at the most. You're spending what, $25 for them?
No, they were like $45 back in the day.
Now
$45.
Now, like, if I were to get Jordan shorts, I get them from the outlets. But I was and I was getting a discount on them, so whatever that was, like they were like $30 that I would.
All right, so we'll say at the most you're gonna spend is $50 on a pair of basketball.
No, I spent $125 on Mitchell and Ness shorts.
All right, but
you're buying basketball shorts.
$175 for my Supreme shorts.
Man, y'all watch y'all motherfucking minds.
You couldn't rock the OG Bulls Mitchell and Ness red shorts.
What's going on with you over there, Marcus? Like, you too good for basketball shorts now?
I know he got Capri shorts and shit.
If I'm going to play basketball or if I'm a lounge around, but I'm not about to go to the
you can't play.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, if you're not going anywhere where you need to be dressed, to the T. Like, if I'm going to go run errands with the kids or whatever, and I still want to look fly, I'm throwing a pair of dope basketball shorts, a tee, and my J's.
Hold on, these motherfuckers in the chat keep asking. Okay,
yeah,
when
I've
people
never heard of tennis shorts either, but I mean,
when you play tennis, and you wear them little bitty ass shorts.
You talk about them Umbros.
You talking about them Daisy Dukes?
Yeah, I'm talking about them Dukes. That
Three's companies
players wear shorts, motherfuckers. Don't you see tennis people with shorts on? Goddamn it, that's what they are. Tennis shorts.
Nah, man. With the Mitchell and Ness, they're $125, but they typically dip down here and there, and you can get them for like $80.
But the reason that you're buying those shorts is for nostalgia kind of purposes, right? Like,
it's that too. But I like to wear them too, though. I mean,
right? It's the same reason that I buy a Falcons jersey for $145, right?
Right.
But it's still, again, it's not $400. Right. Now and that's the part that gets me. That's the part I don't understand. Like, isn't this it's either $125 shorts that he may have done an additional $50 work to, right?
Right.
So what's the markup that he is selling this at?
Well, he's probably getting them for $60.
So
and then.
He's exploiting, and that's the part. It's shitty to me. And again, like what Skip said, Skip goes hard earlier. I was trying to say it earlier, but everybody was talking at the same time. Is that the only place you can wear this and not feel weird is SneakerCon? And I feel like that's pretty appropriate.
I think you should feel weird if you wear this whole entire outfit.
The outfit in and of itself together is terrible. I would rock those shorts.
Y'all saw that guy that got the package from Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't do that.
No, yeah, he would go to the basketball court and Michael Jordan's full of shit.
He had the leg brace and everything. He was not fucking
he was also special.
He did that special. I'm not knocking him. He was badass. I mean, he was the man on the court, and that shit was amazing. But he's
when I grew up, you got clowned for coming to the court like that. You got clowned. Did nobody give you the ball?
No, you got picked last, and that was only if they had exact numbers. Like, you were not getting scooped up if you came in like full jersey attire, unless your ass just came from practice.
In the early '90s, if you had the whole deal, people like when it first came out.
In the early '90s, if you was even rocking a basketball jersey, Caps was looking at you like, man, you can't hoop.
Nah, I think people. Yep. I think in the early '90s when they had the champion, and then the champion shorts finally came out, people was rocking them at first, and then when
basic ass champion shorts, yes,
like the when the Michigan shorts came out with the Michigan, people would rock that whole outfit. I think when the Fat Five was out, people used to rock the whole entire outfit, and then they came out with the shooting shirts and everything too, and people had that shit too.
All right, it's 10:05. My assumption is that
after dark. I hit him up. I don't know if his phone died. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe his phone died. I just hit him up. So, I mean.
Do y'all want to talk about this?
What's this? We can hit OT, man. I'm down with it.
Yeah, I'm getting a little OT. It's all gravy.
I mean, we still got 53 people watching, so it don't hurt.
Look,
that's a beautiful.
We're going into overtime.
We got 53 people watching. We only got 43 likes. So I'm gonna need you to hit that like button.
I'm gonna need y'all to hit that subscribe button.
What's
share.
That? What's
comment, like, subscribe, and share.
Help us.
Tell a friend. Next topic would be what Dan and I attended, which was the Shoebox Dope event in Atlanta, Cobb County Civic Center on Saturday, August 4th. They actually brought myself out there, to partake in a Q&A. Unfortunately, the whole squad couldn't make it. Travel was tough. In fact, I spent 9 hours at the airport. I was so very close just to staying in Jersey, y'all. I swear to you. And knowing that Kyrie was going to be in Harlem and they were going to have a special event made it even more difficult. But I'm a man of my word, and I showed up. And I got to hang out with Dan, and we met Sue Solo, Baller Alert, and she was the one who actually did the Q&A. She was an amazing host, an amazing person, great soul there. Now a new friend of the program, because she said she did some extensive research, so shout out to her. The event in and of itself, could have had some more vendors, some more sneakers. It was definitely more hip hop oriented than I
that
thought
shit
it was
was
gonna be.
dead as fuck.
Daniel, we're not going to do that. We need vendors to give us opportunities in the future.
Damn you, Daniel. Can you follow my lead?
If you want to see how the event went, go and follow the page. We're not going to talk about it.
Check out Shoebox Dope, Stickers in the Fox. We appreciate the opportunity.
Check out Sniper Jones. He's got a pretty good perspective on what was happening at the.
Check out Sniper Jones. He's going to tell you what's going on.
He's going
to
tell you what's going on. No, you know what though, man. Marcus and I, we were unable to make it. Some unforeseen circumstances had arisen, and we weren't able to attend. But I mean, I still wanted them to have the best event that they possibly could have had. Unfortunately, it didn't look like it succeeded.
I hope they give it another shot, man.
I do too. Yeah, but I'm not going to sugarcoat the shit neither.
Yeah.
Like the reality of it is they had like.
It was
5 vendors. They have 5 vendors, right? And nobody was purchasing. So I don't know what happened.
I think what they did was they got immersed in trying to attract people by getting as many people on the bill as they possibly could.
I didn't see half the people on the bill there, to be perfectly honest.
No, and Big Prado, who I know and I like his music. He did 2 songs and then. He was out.
He killed it.
And he did really good. And this other guy came on with a fox mask on and yelled at me for 5 minutes.
He yelled at you.
Like he was rapping.
I'm going to focus on the positives. Like I said, we got to network. It was an amazing event in the sense. It was an amazing experience.
Yes.
In the sense of everything.
With 3 people?
Well, listen, it's all about you never know who you're going to meet. So if you network with 3 people and all 3 of those people are dope, and they open up opportunities to do things, it's all great. I'm not gonna knock it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, so I'm grateful to be included, to be included. I'm very grateful for that.
So for me, I am grateful, and if he needed me to come to another event, I would do it. So
I would too. But at the same time, it was dead. And
he said, "Keep it gangster."
Like I was embarrassed for them.
Damn.
Well, I mean, for one, you trying to start. I mean, when this guy first started promoting this thing, he had an account that had maybe 100 people follow him on IG, and by the end of it, with the help of us and the other people, he had 600. You're not going to get any kind of following when you have a small account like that. Build up your background first before you try to put something.
Well, then
big.
he also had the event the same week as the Sneaker Exit the following day.
Well, Sneaker Exit was Sunday. Sneaker Con was that same weekend, so he didn't have the
people ain't traveling.
The home crowd.
Yeah, but people ain't traveling. I mean, most people aren't traveling to go to SneakerCon LA.
Right.
And there's no sneaker events.
No, but
there's been no sneaker. Hold on, I live here. There's been 0 sneaker events in Cobb County. 0, right? So the opportunity was there. No, SneakerCon was in Fulton.
What do you mean? That's not Cobb Galleria?
No, Cobb. It's called Cobb Galleria, but Fulton County and Cobb County. But can I not just talk? Because I live here.
Go do your Atlanta thing. My bad.
Right.
Everything's 45 minutes away.
Right, exactly. So the fact, and that's true as fuck. But even though it was a failure, it's their first event, right? And my hope is that they continue, even though the event didn't go, I'm sure, not the way that they planned. I hope they learned some lessons from the people at the door. There was a mix-up, and one of the vendors got, they didn't let him in because he wanted to bring his crew in, which was like 6 people. So I really, really hope they learned from it. I think that they spread out too much, and they spent too much time on trying to get all these other artists rather than trying to get in the vendors, because you make money on the door. right? You make money on people coming to the door. Is it a hip hop concert or is it a fucking sneaker event?
And what was the price when you got
$20 to get in?
Yeah.
$20 to get
in. Like $30.
I slightly disagree with that, Dan. I mean, because SneakerCon is not about the vendors; it's about the attractions. More people come to SneakerCon to see, the shoe celebrities than they come to buy kicks.
However, how long has SneakerCon been doing this?
True.
I agree. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from that, but what I'm saying is, I don't think even if they would have had 100 vendors there, would it have made a difference as far as the crowd coming in? I really don't, because who knows? But who knows what vendor? You don't know what vendors are going to be at SneakerCon or any other event that you go to. You don't know. So nobody had any idea before the show happened how many vendors he was going to have.
But SneakerCon also has a lot of baked-in marketing when it comes to the YouTubers and these people that want to go and travel and follow. They want to see Tony D. They want to see Name Brand. They want to see Yeezy Busta.
But they had to get there first because it used to be in high schools. SneakerCon used to be in high school gyms, so they had to get to the point where they already had SneakerCon is a sneaker event, and then they started doing this other stuff, and it brought a different group. You saw a different crowd, and the other generation who came from the SneakerCons and the gyms of high schools and so on and so forth were kind of confused by a line to take a picture with the dude, when Kais was there. So, but Sneaker Exit has none of that. He's a great dude, but he focuses on his vendors, taking care of his vendors, and people it's 3, 4, 5 times the crowd. Right. So I think there needs to be a focus on, there needs to be a focus on the vendors and what you actually have, because you're not going to have anybody coming into the door if you don't have anything to sell.
Right. There's nothing.
There was literally 4 vendors.
Right. There was nothing there.
I understand that, but if you headline SneakerCon and you put Tony D, Bullet, you put Kais, and you put all those YouTube guys there. Maybe not us, but the majority of the people that are going, which are going to be kids, are going there for those guys.
I think so. I think if Mike Richards was there, if T-Web was there early, if they had Tony D, that's a successful event. They're going to bring the crowd. To your point, Marcus.
Right, and and I hope that they continue to push. I really do. And Sneaker, I don't remember his name. TJ, is it TJ? Sneakers in a Fox.
TK.
Yeah, he's really, really cool dude and really hype, and I love the passion that they put into it. And again, I hope they stay. But I hope those lessons learned, and I for sure will always go to this event every time they do it. Because it's from Atlanta. But in the end, you gotta have vendors, man, and that shit was dead as fuck.
Okay.
Frankie said I go to events for the fat chicks and free food.
Jesus. Well, to that point, I saw some hashtag hero. What do we call it? Lego foot? Lego shoe?
No, are we going to do the damn price? Are we going to do the actual hashtag hero?
I just want to address ATL October I think 28th. My ticket's already booked, y'all. So this is going to be another great event.
Mine too.
Shut up. So if you're on the fence coming down, this is going to be the real opportunity to kick it and obviously have a lot of fun. So hashtag hero, y'all. Let's go.
All right, hashtag hero. I'm up first. My hashtag hero is Dominican Coquille with the Air Max, and I thought it was a dope shot. Super clean. He got the MAW stamp of approval. I seen him.
He was.
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
He's there.
He said he'll be at ATL too, so we'll link up there. But that's my hashtag hero of the week. Next,
if I'm not mistaken, he got a new lens on this one. You can tell.
Yeah, he that picture's super.
He got that at 50. Yeah.
But
oh man, that shit. I love it.
Halfcast's been having some sick pictures with those green Gatorades.
Yeah, bro.
JP's been having some dope pictures too, even though he getting on my goddamn nerves. He's been having some dope pictures.
Yeah, JP's has been killing it.
Yeah, I like those little walking videos and shit.
He's been killing it. But I like.
But JP's, we don't need 72 picks a day. Okay, can you slow down a little bit? Maybe narrow it down to about 20. But geez, I get tired of scrolling through all your damn picks.
This is mine. All right, this is my pick. Halfcast. you know, he's definitely getting he's getting some skills with that stuff, and I think it's amazing. I think the yellow plays off the green and the orange. I think this picture is just bananas. So half cast for sure. My hashtag hero.
Click, click, boom.
And next we have Molly Mall.
Yo,
J-Soul
what
and the OVO.
do? J-Soul with the OVO. Got the OVO owl on the pull tab. Super dope. It was funny because I didn't take pictures of mine. I'm getting really lazy, y'all. I'm sorry. But he had thrown these on, or at least posted them, and I had just literally unDS'd mine. So I thought that was pretty dope. So part of my influence as choosing this particular pair as my hashtag hero.
And next is Marcus.
I can't see my pick because this damn delay be killing me. But didn't I pick Fresh Kicks?
Yes, you did.
LeBron's.
Yep, brown 8s.
You got to know what you're doing, dog.
I thought this was what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What is
Go
you
ahead,
doing, baby?
What is you doing?
Anyway, yeah, I went with Fresh Kicks. You know, got the killer combo going. I like that.
So
killer combo?
Who's
killer combo?
I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be half cast, man. It's got to be half cast.
I second that.
Why is it got to be half cast?
Because that picture's it's the best picture.
Although I think that Dominican Coquille killed it too, but
he did, and that's a clean shot.
That was a really crisp shot. Yep. I'll second half cast, man.
Yeah, half cast.
I think that might be like 3 weeks in a row, so he might have to be retired for a little bit. It's like Freestyle Friday. Like you might have to be hashtag hero retired. Yeah, like
he's on bench status. You get set. You get bench.
Keep using a hashtag though, dog. Don't go away from that.
Yeah. So shout out to half cast. Amazing shot. John did a great shot. That is a killer combo with those China 8s. I love that. No, those are the Chinas. The un-China is the V2. Anyway, so I think Lego feet. Hashtag Lego feet, because that shit was fucking hilarious.
That's funny.
It's tennis shorts. Tennis shorts is the hashtag, man.
No, there's no such thing as tennis shorts.
Yeah,
it is.
Damn your Umbros.
Lego feet. It's hashtag Lego feet.
Lego feet. And shout out to everyone who used the hashtag damn price. I saw a couple people did use the twice or half the feet, twice the heat. So I want to recognize y'all as well. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Why it's always got to be centered around Daniel?
I don't know, because he's
I don't know.
And then
he's the loudest. I don't know.
The ugliest too.
That's the way shit happens.
I like see the chat.
Hey, Marcus. Here's the thing: is though you can't say that anymore because we did that shit, and I beat you. I beat you.
Here we go.
I'm prettier than you. Remember?
We did what? You cheated, motherfucker! You cheated. You cheated.
No, I did not
cheat.
You
did. You cheated.
I did not cheat.
You cheated.
I'm prettier than you.
Shave your beard off, motherfucker. And then tell me that. Shave your beard.
Doesn't matter.
Shave your beard. Sorry,
what's that even mean? Shave your beard.
Shave your beard off.
Why the fuck would I shave my beard off?
And then we'll see who's the prettiest.
All right, y'all. Listen.
And natural beauty.
That's still me.
This is getting awkward. Kev, can you mute both of them?
Kevin, can you put up a picture of him without his beard? See, the chat likes tennis shorts.
Listen, we just chose. Damn them tennis shorts.
Fuck your choice.
Never heard of tennis shorts a day.
I mean, you wear them all the time.
I don't wear
Lego feet.
With your golf shorts.
It's Lego feet.
And
thank you, Frankie. You're my favorite too. Fuck the rest of these people on this show. Frankie, we're gonna do a show together.
Here you go, Marcus. Marcus, what do you think? Right there. Oh, look at that. Pretty motherfucker right there.
There's shit pretty about that. And look at that chin. Look at that chin. That's why you got that beard. Look at that fucking Popeye chin you got.
Look at that cold, stony-eyed killer.
Listen, we gonna
I would have grew a beard too if my chin was like that.
Right. Off air, we gonna.
Anyway.
Anyways, as I was saying. You don't even know it. Now listen, let's wrap it up, y'all. Yep. Midsole OT closing out strong.
Unmute yourself, Marcus.
You muted him. That's dirty.
He didn't even notice. He don't even know how to undo it. Now look at him. He's stuck. There you go.
Can you see that? I don't have to say anything. As long as you can see that motherfucker.
right, let's wrap it up. Ma, what you got?
Listen, man, I just want to shout out the usual suspects. I want to shout out everyone who came through to Shoebox Dope to check us out and listen to the Q&A. Shout out to Sniper Jones. Shout out to Jay Soul. He hit me up. He said he's gonna be there around 4. We did have to leave. Dan obviously just had surgery, so we weren't trying to keep him out in public too long. So we did leave. I think we just missed you. So hopefully we'll catch you in Atlanta. Shout out to Jay Sticker Sensei who joined us. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties, but as you can tell, man, give him a follow. His information is in the description. There's a wealth of knowledge there. I've been following him pretty much like since the beginning of IG, and we've developed a good relationship. A lot of respect for that dude. A lot of respect for, you know, his knowledge and what he's done in the industry. Shout out to everyone who shouted out the show. Kev, I know you're going to take care of that. So if anything, I will circle back on ones that didn't tag you, but the show is absolutely nothing without you guys. So we appreciate you tuning in every Monday, 8 p.m. for 2+ hours. That's incredible, man. We appreciate y'all.
All right. Kev, what you got?
Thanks, y'all. Now I'm gonna go through and run through the list. First of all, but I do want to thank 8-9 for sponsoring the show. And we'll go ahead and get through these shout outs. Shout out to Euro Got Soul. Shout out to City Jeans Premium. Shout out to Kick the Habit. Shout out to Arios Ben. Shout out to Dominican Coque. Shout out to J Soul. And shout out to Halfcast.
Hey.
And that's all that's tagged me. And don't find offense if I didn't say your name because you didn't tag me. You got to tag me.
Anybody get Midsole?
I think he went through. Let's see. Kick the Habit. We said Ben, obviously. Euro Got Soul. I think that's all that tagged me as well.
Hold up. DJ Mel B.
J Soul.
Fresh Kicks John. I'm in the Midsole one now.
He did Cokie.
ABN Sneakerhead Trey.
Hey.
Monster. Unbox App. Sneaker Holder J.
Hey.
There's some other ones here, but I don't know.
Hey.
2 days ago, so probably not.
KB Fresh Kicks.
Shout out K Black.
Yep.
Of the breakdown. Shout out to her. She posted us.
Watch the breakdown.
Watch the breakdown.
My turn.
Your turn.
All right. Yeah, for a shout out to Sneaker Than a Fox and Shoebox Dope for putting on the event and trying to get all of us out there together. You know, I know it's their first event and they're still trying to do it. Shout out to Artez 501, my brother in arms. You know, but for real, shout out to the Shoebox Dope event. It was really, you know, I know they tried really hard to make something special, mixing hip hop and sneakers, and I hope that they can stick with it and try to do better. I do want to shout out Private Label. They sent me this dope ass bag, and it was really badass. I got to bring a bunch of pairs, and it worked a lot better than like my backpack.
8 pairs, y'all. You brought 8 rights to the show.
8 rights.
In his hometown, I brought 2 pairs of kicks. I think 2 pair of kicks to the show. I only actually ended up wearing 1, but we had the best table
for sure
in the building.
You know, and I want to shout out my little sister. She's been here taking care of me and putting up with my annoying ass. And I want to shout out my brothers on the show here, the OG, the 4. You know, I got so much respect for these gentlemen, and they continue to help, you know, motivate me and push me. And we have so much content on the way coming to y'all.
Y'all don't even know.
For real. We have Facts and Feelings is coming. We have the Red Cup Hour. You know, there's going to be a ladies joint. We have Keep It a Buck. We have Friday Night Lights. Like, we had the Monday Midsole is going to become the Midsole Network, and we will have something for that ass every day of the week, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
So stay tuned and be prepared and keep your eyes open because we're coming.
And keep your kicks fresh. Real quick before Marcus takes it to church, you know, we did address the Mo situation, and and Polo, I'll definitely let you elaborate on it. But basically, long story short, Mo took a little bit of a break and has decided that he's going to take on a different opportunity. So I saw a few questions about that for people who came in a little bit later. But Marcus, take him to church, brother.
All right. To kind of piggyback off of what Daniel said, one of the things that we did ask in the beginning when we first started this show is if you guys have videos that y'all want to put up, let us know. We can put them, on the channel and give you guys features. We need as much content here as we can. We all have separate shows that we're going to start, but it'd be nice if we had something we can post every day to get the channel growing. Thank y'all for helping us reach 1K. We finally got there, and it wouldn't be without you guys, supporting us and following us and coming back every week and showing the love that you do. So, just help us grow this channel, because this channel is for y'all. It's something we do for the true sneaker lovers out there. So with that, thank you to my brothers, for always being here every week. And we're going to try to show up every Monday and be here and give you this content that we do. But we need, again, we need you guys to be here for us. And with that, we will catch y'all next week.
And we'll see you on Friday.
Friday Night Lights. You got to watch us.
Hit him with a left.
This one looks like a Ninja Turtles collab.
Oh, yeah.
I like turtles.
That's no turtle, that's ass. I'll text you. I'll send you a text, but I'll talk about this one right now. Right. This is bean burrito gas. I'm just ate 7 pounds of bean burrito gas in this. Yes.
803. I know every single thing that you're gonna tell me about. You can have your own opinion, and I'm fine. You're still hating. This is getting trash.
This is trash.
Being trash. Being trash.
I see what that is.
He ain't even looking up. He's like,
nah, he's like, damn.
Do it live. We'll do it live.
Make sure y'all check them out. They holding down the Bronx. Biggs, man, they out there with you.
Yup. Yes, sir. That's where you got those from?